Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Disney Dungeons and Dragons. I'm your Dungeon Master, August Schmid, and with me, for the newly formed time, are the players for this group. For those not aware, this is the Nat 13, our Disney-themed Dungeons and Dragons. We do not own any of these properties. Please don't sue. Have an enjoyable time.
The mouse.
For those that are not aware, this has been going on for a while, and this is a fun world. Welcoming you into what we can now, I guess, call Season 4 of our adventures.
Season 4A.
Season 4A.
Yeah, we are the
A. You guys go first. You're A. In this world of Desanya, I'm taking you now as we move through Cloud and Mountain over a grand-scaping, four-sided mountain across the lands of Desanya. There are kingdoms and castles, princes and paupers, magicians, necromancers, liches, dragons, every manner of magical creature, being, people, and thing. In this world of what we know as Disney properties, of movies and books and stories, in this world is day-to-day life. We all know of King Arthur, the sovereign regent of the lands, as he
personal friend.
as he rules from Agencia. We have, of course, to the far western lands, the deserts of Agrabah, to the frozen north of China and the Great Wall, even all the way down to the southern, warmer climates of Sumani City and including of the Bayou. Magic abounds, adventure awaits around any and every corner, and let's see what this next chapter holds for all of you. As we come into this world, we actually don't come immediately onto the world, or rather, maybe I should say, the planet, as what we see immediately coming out of the sky is a insane-looking ship with outfitted solar panel sails, red riggings and cannons coming down, coming fast into the orbit of this planet. At the helm, we see a couple figures, actually. First and foremost, what would be the most obvious just based off of appearances, a large half-orc with metal in his face, red glowing eye that moves around, with arm that spins out to multiple things as he is helping, specifically manning the helm right now and piloting us into the orbit. Definitely doing this. You can tell he's done this before. By his side, we see a couple creatures, not as strange, but merely because of size. We see a pinkish blob floating through the air, bubbling around, little miniature pirate hat, very happy it seems with this larger person, as well as kind of flitting around, just merely being there. What seems to be, as we know, a fairy, right? But dressed in smart red leather and purplish armor. No, I said not pink Tinkerbell. We don't say that. We don't talk about
Tinkerbell. She betrayed us all.
So fun, right?
And of course, so standing in between, foot up on the rail, looking at a map with a compass in hand, we see, and you'll get the first official introduction. We see Jim Hawkins. Go ahead and introduce yourself, or paint your descriptive character, if you will.
Hi.
That's it. He's done.
So yeah, Jim. He's older than what he was in the movies. So I'd say he's about like 25-ish. Maybe a little
mid-20s later.
Yeah, and he, he's kind of left the baggy look behind. That he started. Just looks good.
A lot more trimming in dress, right? Yeah.
Super buff.
But makes sense.
Looks exactly like me, just how I No, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's Jim from the movie.
Jim, and for those not aware, playing a rogue fighter blend.
Yeah.
And do you have the levels, though, yet of artificer. I can't remember.
No, I decided not to go with those.
Right. Thank you for
But yeah,
reminding.
so I'm doing, I'm 11 levels in Rogue, Arcane Trickster, and 4 levels in Fighter.
4 levels in Fighter. Jim, as you are at the helm, you are actually very much in a purpose recently. As last we had left you, there was a specific person, rather, that you had a bit of interest in, should we say. Interest.
More like burning hate.
Burning hatred. As having found the compass of Jack Sparrow, you have had a bead on Captain James Hook, notorious pirate, and
I also
Don't
have
you
his
di-
hook.
Okay.
I know
like,
how
you
to
said
so-
he was your dad, and I'm like.
no,
Yes!
I am
Now
your
we've
father.
got the idea.
And as you're coming in,
He's already had that
we
idea.
do see Morph, as you're bubbling around. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Your character and also stats or other stuff.
So yeah, Morph is exactly as you see in the movies. Morph actually does speak in a bubbling language. This is abyssal, apparently, and
It's just bubbles.
yes, it's bubbles. That's how demons talk.
These giant eldritch monsters that are just like.
Yeah, I know. It's
To
amazing.
be fair, most people don't hear these eldritch beings
when I was summoning
speak
demons,
long
you're
enough
the one
before
who's
they're
like,
eaten
"Wait, is
alive.
she
So
Or go
it's
mad.
no, most people
Yeah,
don't
that's right.
hear this bubble.
You weren't. Anyway.
Pass
Sorry.
out.
So, yeah, Morph is just as you remember from the movies. Morph is a level 14 conjuration wizard and likes to, has a very, well, Morph spent a lot of time with Captain John Silver. I can't even say it right.
Long
Anyway.
John, yeah.
Long John Silver. And
He's
so
not Captain.
morals are kind of suggestions in general. Meaning that Morph is willing to die for her friends, but also to summon demons to save her friends as well. Because she would rather have a demon die than her.
Which she's done on multiple times, and then the demon broke free. Thank you, more.
Okay, that was a nat 20.
That was it. Well, it had to
And
be.
then it
Mild
escapes.
spoilers for other seasons, but yes, a demon known as
it's better
Flint
here.
now
Yes,
exists
Yes,
back in the
as
world.
in,
Pirates in the beginning
so,
of
oh
the
yeah,
first
that's
one.
another thing. Flint is,
No,
no,
you got away.
I accidentally brought him back to life, like, permanently.
Yeah, but then we had to fight him in space during the space
Yeah.
one shot.
And
Oh my God.
if
Did
anyone's
we-
curious,
did
haven't
we
seen him
kill
since. No, he got away.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There were other pressing things, including Davy Jones and getting the compass, of
He's
course.
now a Barlgura demon as well.
Mhm.
So, you're welcome.
And
for
finally,
future
Thumbelina,
encounters.
as you have been in, because this was more of a, I guess we could even call it a sabbatical. It's like, sure, why not? I'll go see what's going on in
I gave him
space.
another great gun.
But
I
go ahead,
just
and
hang out.
go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Thumbelina. I am the reincarnate of the fairy godmother.
And she destroyed my hoverboard.
I forgot about that.
And
I'm
now
a
she
level
remembers his
15 pixie bard. And
Bard.
I'm also the horseman of plague.
Unofficially, having taken this ring of power, you have quite a bit of magical influence. Horseman is a relative term. I mean, there's really no apocalypse, but you've got that insane
I've got a
stuff.
plague ring. Let's just put it that way.
You are a horseman slayer. You got the rings. It's helpful.
If you
Yeah.
want some COVID, you get some COVID.
Go.
Thanks a lot, Hannah.
Well, you know.
All Thumbelina's fault.
Can I just have a list of people?
Morph is
For
trying
the
to kill
record,
people as Rapunzel's trying to bring people back.
Morph and I are super tight when we play together. We definitely bonded over being small.
As the three of you stand on the deck of the Tiger's Eye, coming in, this is interesting because, again, in following Hook's trail, it has led you back to Dizania. Recently, you've actually been following, and interesting enough, coming up the decks of the ship with a odd swagger of drunkenness, with a grizzled older fellow helping keep him upright. Of course, the notorious Jack Sparrow pirate, Mr. Gibbs, who, after brokering a deal which involved a bit of gold, a bit of handshake favors, he has asked simply, though, in tracking down Hook, just to get back the pearl. Because he's willing to, let you, in having and using Compass, he really wants his ship back.
So the one that was in space, or?
Yes, because Hook stole the pearl to get away, and
okay.
so Sparrow's really just like, I want my ship. Like, I don't care about that compass, go for it. Like, I really want my ship. And so he's just been kind of like subtly drinking through rum supply, not really being too much of a hassle. No, actually, well,
Is he still cursed?
no, there is just enough left, but you're gonna have to restock. And interesting enough, we might do one of those like brief flashback in talking about his curse. Thumbelina, this would have been like, let's say a couple days ago. Space time is relative in that, like, how long have you been going? Sparrow kind of stumbled into it. It was just that one evening where you would have been like looking through a library, just like hanging out. Sparrow stumbles into this cabin, and you see as he stumbles, just, oh, this is not the lavatory. I shall try again. And you see as he turns to go, he like reaches the door. I may sit down, and just kind of like sits like on a chair in the room, awkwardly. You're the very small little person that is always dingling.
I think you're thinking of Tinkerbell.
The Tinker,
The one wearing green?
green, maybe. I think I might be colorblind, or that might just simply be a side effect of wear and tear. Let's say.
Obsessive.
Wear and tear.
Wear and tear. As the life of a pirate, tiny little lady. A pirate always is getting wear and tear. But I seem to have made myself a bit better recently.
Better how?
Let me tell you. You see, he pulls out again, seemingly I know another bottle of rum. Kind of pops it, takes a drink, just. It's quite wonderful, really. Did you ever hear of the Prince of?
Enlighten me.
It's a planet, actually. A planet of people. They've got really big eyebrows. And these people, they've got this prince, and you see, these princes only come every so 100 years, and he got one of those wishes. And you see, I'm a very fine, persuading person, a gentleman of fortune, and I may have asked him, in a certain matter of no small words, to help old Jack.
I see.
Wear and tear may begin again. That's what you got to do if you want to be a small pirate. You've got to figure out how to make sure your wear and tear can refresh.
So have connections in the right places.
Really a matter of circumstance, actually. I'm very lucky in what I do.
Do you lavatory?
I'm going to find the lavatory. And you see he goes out. You hear a very gross sound. A few seconds later, he did not find any lavatory. But interesting enough, and then talking, yes, Jack stole a wish spell from what you learned from him, and doesn't seem to have anything wrong with him right now. And so it's interesting. You don't know what repercussions that may make. You could. But again,
Meg is so jealous.
he has given, I will
wanted
actually
to
say you can add this, he has given
We
you
all
a
wanted
bag of
to.
100 gold. In that, like, hey, kind of like a passage sort of thing, like, let me stay to get the ship. And, like, it's more been Mr. Gibbs that he also, being a good ship hand, has helped out, along with this kind of amalgamation of alien / Dizanian crew for you.
We like Gibbs. We don't like Jack.
Yeah.
So, I will promise to give them their ship back and drop them off at the nearest port and leave them behind.
Yes. It's kind of...
Not want them on my ship.
Question. I can't remember. Did I use disintegrate on the diamond, or did I use a different spell on it?
Go ahead and roll me a history check, actually.
Because what I
That's
want to
important
do
thing to know.
is gather up whatever shards or dust may have been left behind by it.
Please.
One.
No.
Wait, do you-
It was an insane... There were...
Got
There were 4 different ships in that battle, and pirates were everywhere. You actually don't remember what you might have done.
Can I give her the help action?
Yes,
Well,
I'll
if
say
we
that.
Thank
don't
you.
remember, can we just say it?
Okay.
Because I wanted that diamond to get back to my.
I got a
If you were
14
anything.
plus history. Oh, I've got this bag.
So it was.
It's
it
at
was
least a
disintegrate.
19.
It was disintegrate.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
like-
that is a 24.
disintegrate. Currently, the only shard, because of what exists in Diamond, exists embedded, as you can tell, into this compass. For those not aware, this legendary, a diamond of treasures that can lead you to your heart's desire, as you then see fit in Jack Sparrow's compasses.
Okay, and who has the compass right now?
Currently, right now, Jim has it. You've been keeping the train.
Live with that.
Because, Jim, again, you are very desirous to find this man. As you're going in...
away too many times.
Basically, all of you are kind of snapped out of this remembrance stupor as you hear Long John, "Right, Jim, my lad, we're coming in fast." As you kind of look over the side, there are enough flames, a little sparking. You can tell, though, Silver is doing everything he can to not crash, but it's that, like, he wasn't expecting this hard in of a landing. Sputtering, coughing in, as you start descending, Silver turns to you, Jim, just, "Right, where do you want me to try to board? Because, I won't be having much of a chance for much longer."
So I would tell him to go to... My brain has stopped working, but basically, where we had the final battle...
Corona.
Yes, we will port there.
Good scene. Haha. But yes, Corona, the city where Rapunzel currently reigns. As you see coming in, you give him those brief coordinates and just like, "Hey, geographically look for this."
Aim for the water, not the residential
coming
area.
Do not.
Crash to the top of the tower.
And as you all come in, knocking you off your feet, but no checks. It's hard into the water, but outside, bobbing outside of the island. Immediately, you find yourself back in familiar territories. Now being on the water, or rather in the land, the compass seems to now be pointing, just so that you are aware, in a westward direction.
Cool.
But as you all crash into this port, I would love everyone, though, to go ahead and make me any sort of perception check.
Moving her?
Yes, actually. Not your, excuse me. I think the only two is Meg and Mr. Incredible that would not make the perception check. Jasmine.
And
You can call me Meg because that's Megan.
Yeah.
A 7. I've
Seven.
never been to Corona though, have I?
Morph is not. No, this is a new place
That's
for
what I
you.
thought.
18.
18 for Thumbelina. Pretty good.
I was less 90 perception.
I have a +1. It's so bad.
That's
18,
18.
good. 10. Jim, you're very focused on this compass and going around. Thumbelina, first and foremost, what you are realizing is this city, which last you saw when you were here, which was very empty, a lot of people, again, of course, evacuating to try to save lives, is now much different. A giant port of activity. Again, ships coming in and out. Long John actually did a pretty good job, like, in taking you in. You see already he's talking to Maps, your Warforged, in helping chart courses and repairing decks.
Who was it again you just said?
Maps, the...
Not Maps. Who was it?
John. Long John.
Thank you.
He's kind of like now just helping and get you into port and such and such. What you're noticing, though, of course, Thumbelina, is in looking out over this, so many people seem to be here. There are new ships, flags from countries you don't even maybe remember, but you can only assume, like, hey, world's expanding in trade. It's been a couple years since this big old battle, and it's a good sign to have, increased trade and increased camaraderie with nations. But specifically, though, we're actually going to cut over to the island of Corona. As we are seeing the bustling streets and ports, we are encountered with a much taller, impressive figure, wearing a smart-looking armor, bag on their back, and a fun little hat on their head. Alicia, would you like to introduce yourself to the party, or like maybe describe your character, how they look, and who you are?
Hi, my name's Kronk. I like to bake. I like long walks on the beach. I don't really know what else to say. But, if you're looking for the spare set of hands, I'm your man.
Kronk, as you came in, Corona again being a good place to go to look for either work or adventure or just anything. But of course, very interestingly, as you caught out of the corner of your eye, looking around, you see the city, wondering what to do, and see an entire ship coming right out of the atmosphere and landing with an impressive splash in the water. And you see a ragtag group of strange little creatures you could only assume are monsters or aliens, but also people and little floating things, which, as soon as it lands, start pulling into the port nearest you. And as it seems to dock and paying fairman, out comes, again, a wide assortment of characters and people. But of course, you can't help but overhearing, out of just general curiosity, that they seem to be talking about going on this hunt, or rather this adventure. Would you want to do anything about that? That fun little time.
Nope, just turns around.
Yeah. And here's your real character. No, yeah.
To the underworld?
Come again?
She is not. You have not filled her in.
There was a brief stint of what Kronk had, but we're gonna retcon something so you can make your own character.
Thank you.
I was just gonna say you're pretty boss.
Kronk had briefly appeared one time way back in season 1 for a one episode with a guest star, but I'm retconning a little bit of what happened because I'd rather you make your own character.
That's fair. Well,
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Some characters, like, we use a lot of them, and you're like, well, how do we do this? But I'm like, oh, Kronk would be fun.
That was before we started recording, so.
Yeah.
That's true.
So yeah, what would you want to do? Or because right now you see, out of everyone, you're not sure who would be in charge because there seem to be a couple strong presences, but you have that general
Everyone has a very strong
like
personality.
that general
It's
vibe of
true,
like
though.
I could
And
talk
like,
to
no,
them.
I'm the captain.
Morph.
Actually, no.
Well,
No.
My
Morph is the
approach.
blob behind the captain.
Yes.
Who's talking to who?
Right now, what you see is, out of everyone, there is a dude that seems to be like half this Warforged, terrifying robotic thing. There is a completely normal guy though.
Yeah. I'll
So-
probably approach that one.
Jim, you see a large, really impressive, very like ripped tone kind of guy come up, impressive bag on his back, and you guys can kind of actually like in that sort of role play. What would you say to that?
Hey, this your ship?
Yeah.
This is the ship of the most famous and infamous Captain Hawkins.
Bow.
Do you?
The Warforged just like in grandest gestures.
Okay, but what's funny is that Thumbelina and Morph are cracking.
You guys are giggling, like in the background, just laughing.
I
Can I
really-
turn into a little
stop
name
more.
tag that says that on and put it like, please, I want to put it on.
More, again, the pink blob thing becomes a name tag. Like Jim said. Hello, my name is
glitters.
Captain Jim Hawkins, and just flashes.
I like saying the fizzle like that's the worst thing I've ever seen. Not when
I
he's not
swat
a
the
fish.
Thumbelina away. Just like
No, like
Does he notice that I did this? Does he notice
August.
more?
yeah, hello.
Dang it.
Send you a message.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I get it. Hawkins.
yeah, Jim.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm Kronk.
Where are you from, Kronk?
Oh, you know, I have a hard time remembering. It's been a crazy couple of years, man. But right now I'm just kind of wandering around looking for work. That was a pretty hot landing. You seem like you might be in need of a couple extra hands.
What do you do?
Well, I make mean spinach puffs.
You see the Warforged.
Oh, you're.
Right now, we haven't already a very
We
fine cook.
too need a better cook.
No.
You see
actually
the eye
magical
like completely
Actually
comes
magical.
out and like points at you and just right. I
Well,
best be docking up now, Jim. Long
John.
John kind of like stumps away in a huff.
Silver, I figured with you.
I
being
must be wrapping up
third
and
mate.
paying the dues.
No, I
Nigh.
figured with you being third
I
mate,
actually
we would
make
need extra
legitimately
help with the
magical
kitchen.
Nigh, because you see he's already well
Yeah, that's
and
actually quite
off.
insulting.
Oh my god.
He'll be back.
I don't mean stuff.
Jeez, oh man.
No, he's back.
You've
He'll be
got
back.
two cooks. You
Well,
realize
alright.
that. You have Morph.
I seriously make magical
She
food.
makes
I have
the
the
best
clothes.
food.
I know, but that's what makes it better. Is that like
Dude.
I want to
Literally
cook.
just
Snowing
showed up.
everywhere.
I know,
Oh, I know, but I'm
It's true.
Morph is
But
like,
I like this though. So yeah, so Kronk, so anyway, sorry,
Poophead is
continue.
what the name tag now says.
You seem
What does it say?
strong.
Poophead.
Oh yeah, I work out.
Morph is
Okay,
creative.
cool. Yeah, well,
Just like Pilates on the side.
can you handle yourself in a fight?
Yeah, I can handle all right. I once fought an octopus.
Can I go home now?
I mean, our years at Octopus.
in sizing up though, Kronk, this looks pretty good. You guys actually see coming out your first mate, Dench.
Dench!
Kind of taps you on the shoulder.
He's the one who's like
Come.
a family.
Dench, he has the
real
ultra
treasure was
The real treasure is the flags made of is tattooed on his chest. He can't read it, but anyone else can. It's written properly. You see this impressive orc with the real treasures the friends we made along the way. Comes up. Come, a word real quick.
Yes.
So I've been checking in on the ship, and I've got good news and bad news.
Good news first.
The good news is we can have her up and flying in 2 months. Wait, that's the bad news. The good news is we're floating.
Okay, so we got a normal ship.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That sucks. Can I go offer my services to help mend magically for a little bit?
You can, yeah. It's
Can I
gonna
help at all?
it's more like right now, or like what then maps would be able to better convey to you is certain circuitry did
I'll do it
fry
too.
just because of the entry
I'll
back
help with
into the atmosphere.
circuitry then.
Yes, and so in helping, but it's gonna be stuff you are going to also have to like either order in or buy, but not bad. It's not like it's broken. It's just gonna take time to fly.
I'll give Dench a list of things and be like, I need you to get everything on this list starting at the top. And the top, like, 6 things are all things I need for my board. And then everything else is stuff we need for the
Thumbelina
ship.
will just destroy it again. I hope you realize that.
Yes, sir. I will get this for you.
Do that.
I don't even remember doing it.
It was, Silver was on it,
Silver
and
was-
you were like, "Oh, I'm just gonna spray acid all over it because he's
Because you
next to
didn't
me."
want him to get away. It's true. You didn't trust him. You didn't trust. I loved it.
I love Silver.
Dench does take this though. He's like, I'll take some boys into the town. And Dench is gonna take just a couple. He's gonna go into Corona to do the shopping.
Don't worry, Jim never forgets or forgives.
Yikes.
I mean, I could just curse you with a plague.
But
He's got
it does
severe
seem
daddy
as
issues.
you might be able to get some employment with these people. As crazy as it might be, seems like okay.
For weirder.
It's worth it. You have had
You work
actually
for
the
ease, man.
weirder of bosses, so that's good stuff. Let me make sure I do this right.
Previous job experience?
Do you have references? As you are
I see
all
you've been a henchman for a number of years. I like it.
good stuff. Good stuff. As you go through, it's actually going to be like in a couple days as you start gathering supplies in Corona, restocking. Kronk, you get acquainted with the ship, and you do take to it pretty well. I mean, it's that basic. Oh, I gotta lift stuff. I gotta do stuff. I don't do what they don't tell me to, and I'm good. Right? Like, all right, sounds fine. And as you're going through, everyone learning these things, Thumbelina and Morph helping work on the ship. After a couple of days, something interesting happens, and to do so,
Oh, yes.
we are going to cut away actually completely from Corona for just a moment. As we run back over the lands, we see quickly moving past Magencia, the islands of Neverland, back all the way far, far west. We see then the rolling sands and dunes into the rising streets of Agrabah. In this very dark and still hot, biting Agrabayan night, sands moving, we instead of going into what we would assume is the palace, we actually watch ourselves veer to the right and go down, passing below the surface level to underground shops, stores, and bars. And as we see the black market of Agrabah, we are greeted with an impressive sight of multiple thieves of different races. There are Loxodon with Mastodon, giant beings. There are goblins and humans. But what we see is, as everyone's laughing and talking, you can tell it's been a great night for the bar. You see a half-orc with very, dark skin, impressive tusk, one ripped off, though, just Right, now let me tell you, I got one of the best stories. You think you could tell a story of an Arabian? No, I can tell you a story. Now listen up.
Sure, bud.
There was a good sultan, and he was a sultan, and he was a king of thieves. And this sultan, he was so good. He went to hell. He went all the way through the layers of Tartarus. 1 and 2, and he was sneaky because he went in, and there's this ring. There's this ring of hell, this Asmodeus ring. He's the king of hell, and he was gonna steal it. He's that good of a thief. No, this Asmodeus, he was so good, but the soul's better. And he gets all the way in, and he finds this ring and steals it off his hand. And he takes it, and this ring has magical properties. It makes you power. It brings in people. Asmodeus uses this as this like piece of his kingdom, right? But Sultan's smart. He gets out, right? And he's going 8, 7, 6. He's almost out. He's making it through the layers of hell, and he gets like layer. Count around 4, 5, 4. Let's say 4. And he gets there, and the alarms go off because Asmodeus, he's like, I want my ring back. And so, like, the Sultan, he talks to this demon, right? And sneaks his way out of hell. And he's like, no one knows how he does. He's that good of a thief. And he gets in, and he's got his ring, and Agrabah becomes the place to be. And we all having this insane party, and everyone's cool. But Asmodeus, he's torturing. He's ripping his demons apart until he can find where this dude went. And so he finds this demon and tortures him. And this demon breaks. And he tells him about a soul and made it back to our world. Or they call it the mortal planera. And so Asmodeus, he's smart. He makes his way to us. And he comes to Agrabah and finds the Sultan. And he's sneaky, right? Like in those stories, the sneaky disguise himself online. And he finds the Sultan. He's like, hey, I think you're a good soul. I heard you're the best thief in the world. And Sultan's like, I just try my best for my people. He's like, nah, I heard you got that dope ring, you stole it, and it's magical. And Sultan is getting super intensely cool, like, yeah, I did steal this. And he's like, I bet you could do anything, right? And so, yeah, I could steal anything again. He's like, well, was it even that hard, though? Nah, it's so easy to steal from a demon lord, Asmodeus. And now Asmodeus knows, right? And he rips off his disguise and he's like, I will smite Agrabah. And the Sultan realizes he's been found. And he's begging, he's like, I'll give you anything. I'll give you my prized jewels. I'll give you this ring back. Asmodeus goes, I won't take that ring. You soiled it by stealing. But I demand your most prized jewel. And Sultan says, yes, I beg you, I promise, I swear. And he does that swear on Stixy thing, right? That binds people. And Asmodeus goes, then I take your daughter. And everyone goes, whoa! What? It's crazy. And this Sultan is like, what? No, not my daughter. It's my only daughter. And Asmodeus like, too late. And his daughter's like, she's like older, right? Like she's already also married, but it's like, I gotta go. I can't let him smite Agrabah. And this lord like takes him and vanishes. And the Sultan said he never spoke again from that day. And he died, and his wife died a week after, and his guards died a week after that too. And then it was all left with the last Sultan just alive, and the Sultan kid, and everyone knows that's why you don't say what you stole, right, as a thief. And this tower is just roaring as Butch, this half-orc rogue, not the best storyteller. And you see some people just, you're full of it, you're full of the absolute sand, and you say, I'll kill you and your dad, I'll fight you for it. That's a good story,
Well,
right?
that would be better entertainment.
Right, no, I'll kill them all. No, it's the point of the story. It's one of those allegoricies, right? It's supposed to mean something. You don't say something. That's why that old, what was it, Agrabayan word. You know, the word for the demon that sold them out. You're not supposed to sell out your friends. It's that Rogi. What's the old Rogi? Raja? It's, the name for a demon that, a name for a person who sells out his friends, a Raja. It's why you're not supposed to do that. You see, everyone slowly kind of just dies. parting in the crowd, we see a woman dressed in fine dark blue and black leather. Go ahead and introduce yourself in this moment.
Hi guys, I'm Jasmine. She is actually currently the Sultana of Agrabah. Her dad stepped down after some stuff happened.
Stuff.
And she also happens to be the Queen of Thieves down here. Butch is one of her best friends, one of the very few people who's completely in the know about all the things. Yet the dude's not very tactful, and so he just said some stuff, and she's just like,
She's gonna have to kill him.
she has, like, whatever drink she has, she, like, knocks it back and slams it down on the table, and she just walks out of the room.
Not a single thief says anything, as it's that, like, you hear someone, like, as you walk out, you do hear, it's like, Butch, what the hell, man, okay? You know that's just a made-up story talking about the old queen. That's not cool, right? That was like a mom, okay? You don't talk about your mom that died and make up a story about her being like stole. That's not cool, Butch. You see Butch, like that very rosy cheeked drug just, oh no. You don't hear though the rest of what Butch was going to say as you storm out. What do you do as you're storming out?
She is going to go back to the palace and find this tiger. And
As you walk in, you find your room. Looking around, you don't see anything, but outside, right off your balcony, down the gardens, you see your tiger, Raja.
I, Jasmine, am going to cast Green Flame Blade, and I'm going to stab my tiger.
What?
Oh my
I need you to roll me an attack throw.
Let me see.
so
It's Dex and
confused.
Proficiency?
Dex and
It's
proficiency.
been a while since I've
Dex,
played
yes.
that.
To attack, it's your attacking modifier and your proficiency. If you're proficient in your weapon, as you would be.
How long are tigers supposed to live? This thing's been around for longer than I can
I
remember.
think it's like 30
It's like
years,
the
30
pieces
to 40.
just like falling
They
into
live
place.
a long time.
Okay.
I actually can't
Well,
remember.
This is
That's
interesting.
embarrassing.
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh.
I'm gonna blame my distraction by people. Or no, she's very emotional and she's the wildest thing
As
in this blade.
you run off, leap from your balcony, blade igniting as you come down, rolling away and whipping its tail hard in your chest, you fly out. As your tiger stares at you, as you now stand blade ignited, as your tiger watches you.
Can I make an insight check on this tiger?
Yes, you can.
Because we're like looking at its eyes, like, does it look too intelligent? Like, what can I pick up
Does
on?
the
you
tiger
know?
look too tigerish?
Well, no, like human level intelligence, or like what are the?
Go
little
ahead and
clues
roll
I
me an
might have
insight
missed?
check.
What's
Yeah.
my insight? 16.
You're looking at this tiger, and I'd say maybe you're remembering there have been some moments in your life where Raja's been really intuitive of situations for a creature. I mean, you've had literal friends or partners who've had like beast companions or magical creatures that have that, and Raja, just for a tiger, at times may seem a little too smart. And you watch, your tiger Raja is staring at you still. It has not moved or done anything.
Okay, here's my question. Has Raja been helpful all these years? Or is he been sketchy all these years?
If you can talk to me, now's the time. And she's gonna wait for like a second to see if it does anything.
Just starts purring.
Anything happen?
Not a single thing is happening right
She's
now.
gonna attack again. Oh my
Okay.
Come on. Okay, there we go. 21 to hit.
Just
Still
misses.
green flame blade.
Let me check something.
Oh my gosh, it's actually a rock
As you come up, your blade misses as a tiger's paw comes and catches your wrist and deflects it away.
Not a tiger.
No, I'm not a tiger.
Wow! Even if she's kind of expecting it, that's still a lot.
As you're
Oh,
staring
you're
at you,
actually in a Frosted Flakes commercial.
still off of that. They're great. You see though, Raja is not blinking, but again, off of that insight check, doesn't look angry at you, just very calculative right now of what's happening.
Why are you still here? Why stay with my
Was it the dumb one or was it the good one? Your father has little sphere of influence on your evening activities. Eventually this will be found out.
Never heard that story in my entire life.
Kazakh. Or you may call me Raja as you so choose, as it is the mark of my penance. The tiger sinks still on its paws, just down. You look shocked. Is this your first encounter with demons? Yeah.
I am still waiting for an answer to that question.
I took interest in your grandfather, as he was one of the first mortals ever to make it to Tartarus, and not instantly go mad. I saw him through some of his journeys, and may or may not have spoken with him in his departure. And thus, for my weakness, and you see he does just for a split second seem distracted, for my lapse in judgment with the Lord of Devils, am the cause of your life.
Is my mom? Is she alive down there?
Heavens if I know. Rather, I should say hell.
Do you know how to get me there?
You want to go to Tartarus.
My grandfather did it.
Your grandfather was a fool. The tiger starts walking away.
I mean, you've already been to hell and back.
I know.
Let's just go a little bit farther.
As the underworld. Yeah, but sounds like what he did wrong was what happened after, and I'm not gonna make the same mistakes.
Unfortunately, as you can see, I am a tiger.
Doesn't seem to hold you back from much.
No, not really, but I mean, animals are easier to take forms in this mortal plane without being cast out. But I'd rather never show my true form anywhere in Tartarus, as they know me. You see, Raja has now taken a very strange stance. You see, like, he is stretching and leaning back in a way that would be, like, more becoming a humanoid figure, which is straight. Like, but still anatomically a tiger. So it's just kind of, like, on half side, but just watching him.
Just get me to the entrance. I can do the rest myself.
You'll die. No, not even in a pessimistic sense. You alone could not get there. You need. Well, let's see. What can you do? You can make your fancy little sword glow green. Not bad. Going to need someone with, I don't know, pretty impressive magic, strength. Someone who's just really, really dumb.
I know a couple people.
All right.
Here's the question: does Jasmine just see everyone as a little dumb?
Well, no, but I mean, in this conversation,
This is coming from a demon from Tartarus. A demon from Tartarus's view of people may be skewed. You see,
I wonder who he thinks is a dumb one.
as you we are now cutting back to the present as we then
Or
saw.
it's probably Herc.
Hercules.
Jasmine-
No, he's with the Imagineers. He's in the Sunday session.
Jasmine, as you
Who?
walk into Corona, with Raja by your side, having the last known whereabouts from the last Council Princess kind of brouhaha or get together, that Rapunzel and most of the Imagineers seem to have been settled in Corona for the most part and helping the rebuilding after the apocalypse.
Oh, yes.
As you go
Just
in,
the apocalypse.
just the apocalypse, nothing more.
It's like the
As you
second
go in,
part.
Jasmine, you see though something very,
Climate
very
change.
interesting. as you are coming into this city, your tiger by your side, most people not really caring about your tiger. I mean, people have seen it weirder, especially here. But what catches your eye is the fact that you are hearing music. And a very interesting type of music. As you come in, you look over and you seem to see what is like an outdoor amphitheater. You've kind of seen these before in Agrabah. And as you're sitting there, you watch as curtains part and a bunch of kick dancing gnolls come out. These giant hyena things. Dancing and doing like
Ladies and gentlemen,
coming up, parting through the crowd, spotlight hits, glinting off the red and golden armor, hair slicked back, very Jimmy Fallon slicked back. Smart armor though. And Hyena's just doing little things behind you. Mr. Incredible, go ahead and introduce yourself and how you look your stats to everyone.
How you abuse your insane powers.
Yeah.
I'm building spirits after wartime.
It's important post-war time to improve the morale of the
What is
people.
wrong with you, sir?
And I get a few more fans. So, it's a win-win.
So yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself, just in that.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Incredible. I have this army of gnolls.
Nice.
And I see myself contributing to the spirit of this civilization.
Arepas con queso.
What?
Arepas.
Okay.
Cornbread with cheese.
What cheese?
Cheese. Mozzarella.
They're yummy.
They're really yummy.
I'm so I just realized that.
It's all good. No worries.
As you all see, Jasmine, you're taking this. You briefly have heard of Mr. Incredible traveling with the Imagineers and everything. But as you're going through Mr. Incredible, this is your daily show. I mean, it's a talk show.
Yeah.
People like ask you questions, everything. You're not actually always in Corona.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you do still operate actually out of Sumani. Most of the bulk of your army actually is there in terms of protection, and you travel around, letting people know you. And everyone, I mean, The Incredible Knight is one of the most viewed shows right now of all time.
Are you
my
telling me that he's
no.
a charismatic leader with an army who uses his army for protection in Sumami City?
Stop pulling parallels.
And unifying people. Yeah.
Unifying people.
So you are a mafia and a game show host and what?
He
He's
sounded more like.
Mussolini, guys. All he
Yeah,
needs is
that's what he
a
sounded more like.
mustache.
But facial hair isn't your thing. As you though go through the show, it's your
baby face.
normal routine. Mr. Incredible, you have like visiting dignitaries. You talk about like the state of the world and how it's going great, and oh, we're doing so much stuff. My armies just took out,
Propaganda.
and people are laughing, they're clapping. And Jasmine, it's not a long show. It's only like a half hour, but you can't help but being so interactive. You actually hear Raja whisper, just, "Oh my."
I'm gonna whisper to Rosa. He's definitely strong. Think he's stamina? What the hell? Look at the smirk on her face.
He makes the monkeys of Agrabah look like actual wizards. As you,
we may be saying this, but Nick as a player is a brilliant.
brilliant, yeah. Sorry, everyone should know brilliance.
Like, she has never met him as Mr. Incredible, but like in reality,
Yeah.
he
The
is
amount of
quite intelligent.
like just insane stuff that you come up with.
Like,
Nick
all
is-
the kids' fingers.
Mr. Incredible,
If we actually
as
got
your
on
show
and
comes
maybe
to a
we want
close,
Nick on our team.
you
Yeah.
are laughing and cheering. And it's that casual. You see, let me make sure. Mr. Incredible Jr., your head gnoll, comes up. He is wearing a headset and a
Yep, I forgot
little
that.
badge that says stage manager. Just
Stage manager.
right,
He's a freaking nerd.
right, my leader. Great show tonight. Attendance was up 115% exactly. We got another couple shows booked. Most of the boys, are we free to go grab lunch.
Oh yeah.
All right, everyone take 12. You see the hyenas 12. And they all like scamper off and run away.
You are
have an
worse
army
than
of-
Scar.
Like, seriously.
That's what gnolls are. If anyone's gonna look it up.
Anyone's curious.
Because they're the hyenas.
The hyenas, you know, that's what a gnoll is.
Yep.
And Jasmine, you can make your way to the stage.
Oh my god.
Most people.
Are there still people in the audience?
There's a couple. It's like people are like in and out. Some people are like staying behind getting quick autographs.
Yeah.
Some people are just like, that was fun. I have work to do.
Do I see Jasmine coming up?
You do, because especially if this is someone in full like tactical like gear with a full tiger next to them.
Okay.
So you definitely
For
know.
once,
her
she's
title
not being
again?
subtle.
Sultana.
Sultan.
And you would know it's yes.
So
'cause
I'll grab the microphone. I'll be like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are greeted by the Sultana herself." I'll
Mr.
pull her
Purple
up,
Dreamer,
and I'll like,
go, lights! I immediately knows there's gonna be lights.
pull her up. I'll start signing stuff and like hand it to her to sign as well. Like,
Spotlights are on you. A lot of people just start coming because they're like, oh, this is someone I'm supposed to know now.
Okay, hang on. Do you have like a mic or something?
yeah.
Chat.
Or
Raja is just staying behind and just sitting there.
Like, I will not.
Jasmine's actually gonna be like, yes, Mr. Incredible and I are so excited to announce this adventure that we're about to go
And then you see me just.
Everyone's like, woo, adventures, yeah, we love
on.
adventures, we love them.
Beautiful.
You still have the mic, I think, technically.
As the Sultan of Agrabah, I am going on a top secret mission soon, and this wonderful hero from Sumani City has graciously offered to assist me.
My biceps will be 13 inches by the time I'm back.
Huge eruption from the crowd. Again, fanfare starts playing. It's. Oh gosh, wait, where'd it go? You actually start hearing like some of the like as the fireworks explosion as your end post show like starts going.
Just trying to be that golden opportunity.
This
I was
is-
like, like in Shanghai, I'm into it.
Your
You
theme
never
song,
know.
a lot of people now are rushing stage. People are getting like stage show. Everyone, where are you going? What are you doing? Roger looks at you and just goes, meow. Just kind of, and then like takes one step back in the crowd. Not leaving, but just I'm out. I'm gonna make a quick roll.
This is amazing.
10 minutes pass. It's not too long because again, people after 10 minutes of autographs, questions, and again, you don't have to tell anything. But eventually, the stage really is cleared.
That's the thing. He can't tell them anything.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know.
I know. A couple gnolls do eventually though, just like right, we got another performance. Go back, go buy some of the merch outside. As eventually the stage does clear, the music dies down and swells, and you both are basically left alone.
I'd apologize for that display, but you sort of handed me that on a silver platter. Now, for the actual conversation, would you mind coming to Tartarus with me?
I mean, you can't really say no at this point, can you?
I mean, I could just stay inside for a while.
Mr. Incredible Jr. comes up and just, sir, we revenue that busted us over the 120% mark for the show. They're going crazy out there. People are, should we start making Mission Incredible's top secret mission? Or like,
I want one of those.
Mission Incredible. Right, like, I'm thinking action figure, yes, and squeeze it and can pop out your pecs. Yes, sir, I love it. Immediately. And we'll get this all ready. You see, Mr. Incredible Jr. is like going crazy. There's no word here, Captain. This guy just so excited about profit margins.
I really the whole light to his life.
You know, in a good way, he is having the time of his life. This is command and authority,
That's true.
and
He's
him
doing
being a
his
stage
job
manager,
on stage.
he is
It's
loving this, right?
He has
It's
the
like
godlike
I get to help
economic
you.
stage.
I'm still like helping
Oh my
the
gosh.
real person in charge, but I'm like doing all this stuff and it's so fun, and I can still murder people if I want, but like, yeah, it's that like really like healthy thing for. He's so happy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an expression of
Are you
self.
trying to say that what
Except
Mr.
for the
Incredible
fact
is
that
doing
he is
is actually good for them?
It's good for society.
Hey,
It's
hey,
good
hey,
for
hey.
them. It's
Hey, except
I
like
mean-
that's all well and great, except for the fact that he literally controls them via his ring.
No. A lot of notes. The control does come in the beginning. A lot of these notes have gotten to know you. Eventually, it does become natural servitude. That is how the ring works. Because if it was constant, that would be insane magical power being drawn to constantly like brainwash someone to be like, "You're in my army." Don't do that.
They actually like serving.
Because again, it's not like because not every note has to be a part of this. The ones that do are like, "Hey, I want to be a fighter, like warrior."
Yeah.
Yeah, they can go protect stuff, but it's that like work-life balance.
And I saved them
And you
from
say
the
that.
losing side of the battle.
That's true.
As you though are talking though, Jasmine, eventually Raja does come up. Just we might need more
You said magic, right?
magic.
I wonder what bells do these days. You know what I mean?
No,
magical?
we would have told you that Belle was the Oracle, by the way.
Right, but it's
Yeah.
not like
It's that
who do I
natural, like, who do
Yeah,
I
that's
know?
cool. I haven't met you.
Mr.
Like...
Incredible, you actually know.
Oh,
you
what about the fairy? Because
Oh,
we
you
talked
do.
about Hannah was like, I would have met her at the Princess
and
Lunch
Princess,
Hut.
and you know, yeah, you because you partied a lot with Thumbelina
Yeah.
in the Magic Years.
It should be around here somewhere. Actually, wait, did I see like an asteroid come down out of the sky the other day or something?
You did actually see that.
Pink asteroid.
Because actually, and fun fact, what you would know or quickly also found out, the Princess of Corona actually isn't in Corona right now. Most of the Imagineers, like, because when you come, it's that like, hey, let me see if I can get them in. Most of the Imagineers aren't right now in Corona, and you think they did something called a fighting festival, or like they may
That's
have
right.
left, and so it's not like, all right, I guess I can do a solo show. I can sell out a show on my own.
Yeah, I do it every day.
But you did see an asteroid, and so like, you could see if Thumbelina's around.
Okay, I'll just. No, like, could I just like try and talk to people to find out where she is?
You could actually, and so both of you can make me, we'll call this, it's just a flat charisma check in talking with, like, people, right? It's not like, hey, do you know where this is? It's almost like socialite check from the Harry Potter.
Yeah, you do.
Charisma is
It's
not
annoying.
Most of your stats are
Jasmine
insane.
is not charismatic, guys.
He rolled really, really well when he created Mr. Crumble.
19.
That's good.
14.
14.
That's not bad.
On a 19, you heard someone saying they saw, like, a pirate ferry down by the docks.
You know, have you guys
I
ever
think you're
seen
so
like,
excited.
about movies?
Oh,
I know there's
There
actually
actually is a
a
pirate
pirate
ferry.
ferry.
Yeah,
That's why I'm like, it's a fun, it's a nod. We're all about illusions
Pirate
here.
ferry down by the docks. So.
She wasn't a pirate last time I saw her, but I think that was before the war really
But
broke out.
changed
it.
Thumbelina's like, I'm gonna be a pirate.
Yeah,
It's
but
like
you
they get
never
around, you
flip
know?
by one. Nobody can tell the fairy godmother what to do.
As you guys
I mean,
can
I
then
died
head
once.
off
Yeah,
in
we'll go
terms
to
of.
the-
Actually, more than once.
Many
You've
times.
died quite a
Yeah.
Once one more time being a pirate.
At making your way through Corona, finding the docks, eventually you do find the ship. Not hard, of course, because it does make people stare, as it has, like, you know, those side solar wings. It has different stuff to it. This isn't your normal ship. Coming down, you guys see on the deck of the ship, Mr. Incredible immediately is able to see, like, Jim, Morph, you know, having interacted with both of them respectively. You see this guy you don't really know who is just lifting a lot of crates, but then every so often moving the crates back to another spot when another pilot's like, no, over there. And
Also, it's a plate of spinach pasta.
and thankfully, though, you see flying overhead magic coming off the fingertips and, like, sealing these steel cables as they run through rope Thumbelina.
Okay. Oh, there's the pirate ferry.
Thumbelina! Do you remember me?
Hey, Mr. Incredible! Ring bump!
Like a belly bump
Magical
to
sparks
this, because
fly
again,
from these
yours is
people.
like almost like another belt.
I'm like-
But yeah, Jim, you see, because you are Mr. Incredible, but also you never really seen Jasmine as they board your ship.
Why, hello.
Should I introduce them because I technically am with them? Okay. You know him. I won't give you any more introductions. This is not Princess Sultana Jasmine. You listen to what she says or she kills you.
Except this is my ship.
But she's Sultana.
It is nice to meet the captain of this ship. And any friend of Thumbelina's. I and Mr. Incredible are looking for some competent friends or allies to help us with a sensitive mission.
Oh.
I don't think so.
I don't think
Because you
so.
and Mike should have
Then I'm
been
gonna
saying
ask, do we get a lot of money?
I heard we get a ton, actually.
Oh.
I mean, she is a sultana.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we are pirates. What you
We're in need
get,
of repairs.
what
on the
you
ship,
get
Captain.
is immortality for doing something that no one else
I'm
has done
already
before.
immortal.
That
Wait, what?
Yeah, he got cursed with the same thing that Jack has.
Do you not remember this? We can't kill him
Yeah.
either.
I've been fired out of cannons.
And every time we kill him, he just comes back crazier.
Yeah.
Why does he have
This is why he's Mussolini.
It's bad.
You're giving the dude that has immortality and in theory a ticking time bomb infinite
An
power.
entire army.
Entire army, really. Yeah, mull that one over, really. So I'll let you keep role playing this because it's actually really
You
good.
just forgot how powerful we are. It's been a long time.
Mr. Incredible scares me more than most other people.
Oh yeah, that was terrifying.
Yeah, he's terrifying.
Anyways.
Although Nick as
Well.
a character is just terrifying. No, as like a player is just terrifying.
In some ways.
I would love to hear what you have to offer. Come, follow me into the quarters. Come in. Bring everyone.
You
know,
watch Jasmine. This tiger falling Jasmine also is coming along with, and as you enter your course,
Wait, I know demons. Can I do it? Like, do I have any right to roll an insight check or something on?
Would it be more like passive perception
it's
or
a
something?
passive perception actually sort of thing because
Okay.
Raja doesn't
Yeah.
want people to know.
Yeah, no,
he's
this
a
is
thing.
gonna be freaking
definitely
garbage.
if you're searching for it to be a demon.
My
Can I try to
passive
ride the
perception
tiger?
is an 11.
You can. You read that. Raja's not doing anything because again, it's always that like, okay, I'm a tiger right now.
Can I tap him on the head? Can I tap him? Can I ride you, please? You look like the perfect riding height.
The Sultana rode me when she was a child. Why not?
Hey!
And the tiger stops.
When I was not like parents telling embarrassing
I'm
stories
literally
about you.
on a spaceship surrounded by aliens.
Nice.
No, I didn't say that out loud. I was just
Oh no, I thought it was
doesn't
like
even
a
register.
flex. Like I got it.
No, like it doesn't
It's
even register that
not
the tiger is talking.
Talking tiger. All right, next. I love
Does
that. Yes.
that make me think? No, it wouldn't.
Kronk and I will say you got the Spanish puffs right now, right?
Right,
That,
yeah,
like,
I'm handing out
you're
Spanish
falling.
puffs, for
You've
sure.
got snacks.
Yeah.
I love
Kronk,
it.
you're with me. You have snacks.
Entering into the cabin's quarters, able to close the door. You are able to talk because this room, it's not like perfect, but you've got that basic like soundproofing, so you guys can talk without fear of prying eyes.
Hey, don't worry about this guy. He has some very good, what's the word?
Spinach puffs.
Well, yes, those.
That's just good.
But recommendations as a henchman. So he's fairly well known in the business.
Am I getting like butch energy from Kronk?
A little bit.
A little
Not
bit?
like full butch, like definitely more intelligent.
Okay.
But that very like this is someone who's like really strong, capable, and like the best way to put it is like this seems to be someone who could do like a couple things, right? Like they know how to like work in life, right? Or like how to like make themselves useful and like live, you know. You see Raja does kind of wizardry, just doesn't seem like a bad team to throw into hell.
I've seen worse. I've done more with less.
I've been worse and worse.
We are literally right here.
You
Those were all
realize that
compliments.
hell is no match to us, right? We've battled much harsher things.
Okay.
than
Well,
the
first of all,
underworld.
can we just like was he
See,
being
not,
figurative
hell,
there
not the
or
underworld, hell
literal?
Tartarus.
Quite literal.
Okay.
Because I've also been to the underworld, and I'm guessing this is gonna be worse.
Okay. Well, first of all, who's the one making the deal here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you gonna go with us to Tartarus, Mr. Tiger, sir?
Okay.
Legally, I have no choice.
Thumbelina, we have not agreed to anything yet.
Legally, there are laws about this?
Well,
Sorry, Jasmine's still getting this story.
There actually are laws concerning demons quite a bit, like contracts and such.
Yeah.
Whoa, wait.
Well, no, demons no.
Cross
Devils,
demons. No, I think that's a very.
I thought it said demons.
no, devils are the ones. Yeah, so in
Well-
the devils are the ones who are like law,
That's
whereas
fair.
demons are chaos.
Mhm.
That's why they hate each other.
But if it's legally he has to go, then is there some rule that he needs to follow? Or is it because he's tied to the Sultana?
More
A
than
little bit of your accent from Richet came out there.
Oh yeah,
It's
true.
true.
Sultana?
Hello.
Hello, Zetaga is a demon. But yes, you see,
Oh my
Roger
God.
more just like bows his head and is gonna let you explain Jasmine.
You could call him an old family friend. He's helping me find someone.
Interesting. And what does that have to do with us?
Everyone needs something right now. I need people. So, what do you need?
A wish.
Actually,
Dumb.
I'm pretty sure we need parts to fix the boat, and I need a new spatula.
Marvin's gonna turn into a spatula.
Sweet. Well, I'm good.
This spatula has eyes and just kind of blinks at you while you're. Ah.
I could really use a way home. Is there any way that we could get powers from Tartarus that'll enable
You're a
us-
fairy? Well, of
Um,
course, if you were to cross the divide.
What would happen to me?
But no, the divide. The divide of demons and Are you not all alright? What do they teach you in schools? This is like.
Well, I
Sir
mostly
Tiger, sir,
learned.
I
This is
don't
18th
think I
century level.
Remember school very well.
Yeah, sorry. I learned mostly,
Hmm.
interstellar navigation
Yes.
and, stuff like that.
Not the interworkings of demonic planes and the
No,
bounds of fairies and
until
fae.
very
Math.
recently, I was
Math.
until very
Just
never really thought I was gonna have to deal with with literal hell.
And I
No.
was raised as a princess, but that was 5,000 years ago. So
Well,
those lessons
She's
are
been
fa-
graduated for a while.
You see, the tiger seems to like prop himself up front paws onto this like table just to like be there. You know the old laws. When the world came into being, the gods arrived and thus became good and evil, and in the middle the mortal plane. But as mortal planes go, it was quickly corruptive, and good and evil battled, and so forth came the gods' wills and the natural decrees of the universe to have balance, and thus came the fae and hell. You've got the fairies, the pixies, the what you would call mortals good, and then myself, demons, devils. We rule below, and but the fae came above. But in the middle there must be that divide.
being invisible to each other.
As demons go, we have, of course, more free reign down Tartarus. I don't care where I live, but the devils, they made their ways because, as of course, is ruled over Asmodeus, he contains what we would call that bridge, as would be, but neither Fae nor Demon cross for fear of instant destruction. One cannot live. And with that, Thumbelina, go ahead and roll me a good old history check. As is fun when you're trying to remember stuff literally of a previous life reincarnation. Let's see what you get.
See, you need a set of dice like Nick.
Yeah.
We actually got more dice this week, or for Christmas from his parents. 17 plus. Did you say history?
Yes.
17 plus 0 plus 2, so 19.
19. It's really good. Thumbelina, you are definitely starting to actually remember this. This is old law. This isn't even like school, but instead of of Fae, the fairies were beings brought about in response to hell.
Essentially, they are the opposite of hell.
Mhm.
So if I went into Tartarus, would I become the opposite of who I am?
It's not the opposite of who you are. In fact, and what you're realizing is the device talking about this old schism is what you were taught. is that a schism of good and evil must exist because, again, there's always a balance. When you grew up, of course, it was talked about because there is something very specific about this schism, and it is time. The time that runs through because good and evil all comes forward in this natural progression, and it's what may or may not be held so closely guarded by the fairies. Bit of spoilers, but again, you could tell people or not. The whole point of Pixie Hollow, the whole point of everything, what you're really remembering is the fairies guard this because this is a way to access energy, time, wish, these constants in the universe. And specifically, it's why it's hard to age. That's part of the gift your mother gave to Pan. That basic primal connection to this. It's why Neverland has a lot of those ancient oddities of time itself. It seems almost anachronistic at times of how well the Asmarians seem to just live forever, of course, and even out of Neverland, even Lilith, it takes a while, but when Lily finally got out, she did start aging. There is something there.
Something about Neverland.
And I will even say this, and Raja is explaining a little of this as he is talking about, he calls it, though, this divide, a divide kept sacred, something that can keep youth, can keep time, can keep anything, really. And this is what is heavily guarded on both sides.
So I probably wouldn't mention all of that. I probably honestly wouldn't say anything except for what Raja says. Just because that is something that if I can manipulate time, somehow, that's to my benefit, and I'm not going to share that with anyone.
You see,
That
Raja,
sounds like Thumbelina.
Yep.
If you can manipulate
to find the way to the deepest levels of Tartarus, to find yourself in the midst of primal energy and life and death, both at the same time, one could have anything. It is why, though, the fairies keep their secrets of the Neverlandian hollows. It's why the devils created their 9 layers to hide away theirs. Whereas the fairies, you have protection of Asmarian. The devils thought it better to dig hell, to rip through and make dimensions and layers to hide their side. And, well, that's a bit of what goodies may lay in store.
Jim, if you don't decide to go, I'll go with them. Just so you know.
I mean, you are your own person.
I am my own person. I will go with them.
No.
I just feel like going off willy-nilly into Tartarus without at least a good incentive is, I don't know, seems like a very lopsided deal.
That's a good point. So what exactly would you promise us? You said immortality, but...
Like,
A new
how?
ship isn't a good enough incentive for
I
attachment?
literally have gone through like 4 ships in the past month.
You've gone through a lot. I will say, actually, you've had quite the day, my guy.
Like, we went through quite a bit of ships on this last adventure.
You see, Roger, I don't know, you want stuff? You can get cool stuff down in Tartarus.
Thumbelina said you want a board? Like cedar plank?
Okay, well, how about this? If we go, we, as in the members of my crew, Thumbelina, Morph, Kronk here, me, you are not a part of my crew.
This guy!
So you'll have to talk to him separately, though it seems like you already have. Anyways, we have first say on loot. We will make up the bulk of the party. And so, you would have to treat, at least me being the captain of this crew, as an equal in making decisions. And we would need all of the crimes that we may or may not have committed in Acrobarring waters removed from our record. You,
We clearly
just-
don't know what you're talking about over there. We've never committed crimes.
anyway.
Was
I
as bad as
agree.
what Lily did.
Can I have a license?
Thumbelina, you are literally a pirate.
I mean, technically, I probably
And
am
then-
a pirate,
Summoning
but do I
licenses?
claim myself?
I would
Is there
suggest.
what?
I would
Is there
suggest.
demon summoning license?
There is not. How, Morph, how much have you been talking though right now? I'm curious. Like in Abyssal, I know you're saying something, but
Actually, like
Well,
I
those two said they
I
were
only
chatting.
talk in Abyssal. I message to people when I know that they don't know Abyssal.
right.
No, I mentioned. I said.
So everything
did you
I
hear
say,
that he said
I'm also
demon?
saying aloud in Abyssal. Oh yeah, I
Yes.
heard that. I'm very interested in this tiger.
In Demon and everything, I'm making quick rolls.
Anyways,
Dang it, did I
we would
pull
also
your cover?
like substantial compensation from the royal treasury of Acroba.
Your loot is your compensation, because I only want one thing from Tartarus, and that is a person.
There's
I
good
would-
loot in Asmodeus' palace.
Yeah, that's great,
Yeah.
and I'm sure it's very hard to get.
Very hard to get.
I would like at least promise of, at least say it as like our wages, and then the loot is on top of that.
I'm going to message without speaking Abyssal aloud directly to Jasmine and say, I want to forfeit all loot in favor of something else that I want to talk to you about later. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I'm just gonna not look at her.
Anyways, so if you can promise that, we have
Is
a deal.
this a tiger
And you have a
staring at
crew.
me?
Am I noticing
Can
this
I
here?
can I roll something?
Are you a bird?
A
No,
bird?
no, I'm a blob. That's what I identify as.
You speak perfect Abyssal. What?
I do. Yes. That's a story.
That's not all she can
Is
do.
that mother's
She's
side, father's side? Demon or devil? I mean,
She's
I
an
mean,
eldritch
there was-
abomination
there was a
from the
cult
depths of the
involved?
abyss.
gold.
You can't hear. You don't understand.
Yes.
I know, it was a joke.
What? Did you
I
like?
don't remember much. I was talking to Merlin, and apparently there was a beholder and a cult.
Oh, all right. Are you one of those, bodies?
Do I know what he's talking about?
You know, cults that steal bodies for demons. Is that not a thing in the mortal plane anymore? It was really a while back, a couple of centuries ago.
Okay.
Morph is
I'm actually very
ancient.
interested in this now. No, seriously. So I was being sacrificed
Mm-hmm. No.
to the beholder. So
Yes.
yes?
Right. Yes. Ripping soul out of body, taking soul and body, and then. Well, please forgive me, but sharing it around,
So
Can
what
I use-
happens to the body after that?
Oh, they're all over Tartarus. You just take a body for a weekend.
Wait. Okay, so do I
It's
have
like
the ball
renting a
with me, or did I
car.
leave it with Merlin?
You do have the ball with you.
Okay, so I bring it out and I say, I think
Ooh.
parts of me are in this.
Oh shit, yeah, soul.
This is my soul?
Yes, a soul.
I thought that was. Oh,
Part of it. No. There's some weird human stuff in there. That's I don't know. But no, faint enough. Do you not see anyone detect magic?
do I
No one else.
I must
Someone
have.
who had that
Detect
was
magic.
spell.
I know.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I have it actually.
Okay, that'd be good.
I have detect magic.
You got detect magic.
Yes, I'm going to freaking detect magic.
You got.
Just never thought to.
No,
check.
I
like we
did. I
have
know that
once.
parts of me were in there, but I never. Like, I tried to figure out how to open it and how to retrieve it, but I was working
I
with
do not have
Merlin
detect magic.
this whole time to try and fix everything.
As you detect magic cast it, you start seeing strong necromantic life energy imbued into this. Yes, now you see, you have a soul because you take a body. I'm sorry, again, I'm just gonna base assumption no one has had a body weekend.
Are you saying that
This is on a
this
Abyssal
blob
Bone.
had a body that is now being used the way you're using this tiger body?
Yes, of course, but
There's someone else.
Because you take a body and
I
you
thought
can come out, but you can't stay.
Taking notes. I feel like I should be taking notes.
You get to keep the body and you can use the soul. That's what can help you stay there permanently. It was easier with the tiger because, you know, tiger souls are like, I don't know, easy to just...
Exactly.
Tasted just like lentil soup, if anyone's curious. But
You ate the tiger's soul.
yes, that's what
A
you
soul
do.
is a tangible thing.
But
that
that's
you
smart,
can-
since you still, the soul isn't with the body, so whoever's got your body, they have to share it. They can't stay with that.
So, someone who's using my body is just walking around Tartarus.
And
That was
this
a-
whole time I thought she was just an alien.
I'm,
Yeah, it was kind of hard to tell.
Well,
You had daddy issues the whole time.
I'm curious, so, like,
I need, like I
what
was-
were you? Because certain bodies are, like, really cool, and some are just,
I
like,
was a changeling?
oh my gosh. Doesn't say gosh, says, like, a deep swear.
Okay, I'm
That's
going
all.
to say, so apparently I was really cool.
Those can be anything. You're probably high traded on the market.
Providing
Congratulations.
past-
I always knew that I was amazing, but...
So, Morph, we can go, and we can go find your body.
Yeah.
That's some. You
Okay.
get some good stuff down in Tartarus for the changeling body, and you got the little bubbly thing. Yeah, no, but if they get the soul, kiss your body goodbye, because then they can keep your body.
Oh!
So we don't need compensation from Agrabah. We're in, as long as the other points of the deal stand.
Yes.
All right.
Wait, so we're not going after Captain Hook?
Yet.
Who?
We need to fix our ship, and this is going to fund that. Yeah?
Sure.
That's good.
I mean,
Alright.
Because I wasn't really in the mood to go after Captain Hook, to be frankly honest. I don't want to go after him again.
not
if
my
I had a
vendetta.
nickel for every time Captain Hook escaped on a single hit
You'd
point,
have two.
I would have 2 nickels,
So-
which isn't a lot.
But it's
Considering
weird that it happened twice.
Raise a claw. Who's all going to hell?
I'm going to turn into a tiny tiger and raise a claw.
I don't have a claw, but I have a hand.
Right. Hands.
I'm just waiting for a
Hands.
squirrel to pop out of your apron pocket or something. I assume you're wearing an apron.
Of course.
It's
Cooking safety,
Right.
you know.
cooking.
Right,
Cooking
right.
safety. Yeah, safety first.
It's important.
So, oh cool. All right. Well, I mean, you've got a boat. We got a sail anyway to get there.
We got a sail to help.
Wait.
No. To get to the first layer of Tartarus, there's a couple of ways. One, you can die, and then your soul goes to hell. And if you're unfortunate or stuck in Asphodel, or heaven forbid, of course, feels a punishment, they just take your soul and steal it down to Tartarus.
What
But we
happens
don't.
when fairies die? I've died 3 times.
Oh, you become stars.
I've become a star 3 times.
Are
That's
there
only
when
these
you fully
extra
die, I
stars
guess.
now, or
No, yeah, your
does it
soul
just pop
conscious.
in and then disappear?
Nights are suddenly getting a lot more bright.
I know. I'm just like, wow, the nights are really kind of terrifying now. It's like,
Is the
"Man,
sun
look at
even
dead
down at this
fairies."
point?
Yeah, I mean, because fairies, it's because they're not evil.
So
Their
instead of
souls
saying
don't
sail among the
reincarnate
stars, we
into
can sail among the
fairies. Demons do that. If we
Right.
die, eventually we might
Yeah.
reform, but a fairy just they do that.
So,
It's gonna come in handy.
what happens when you bring a dead person back as a demon and they come back to life? Like, what kind of repercussions does that have?
Nothing that's impossible.
Morph did it. That seemed like a very specific question.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Wouldn't happen. Don't worry about that. Kind of hypothetical. Obviously, could never happen. We won't deal with
What
that.
other languages do you
So,
understand?
small island.
And
You can find it by not finding it, and that's where we're going to have to sail.
Elvish Draconic Orcish.
Having a ship kind of solves
Yeah,
a lot of problems to find. That's how we can get into the first layer of hell.
If I lose
can
another
just
ship,
message directly into
We
your
will
phone so
replace
no one
it.
else hears it too.
I like the secret language of ours.
So,
Without
yeah.
later.
Has anyone heard of what we call in the business a hole?
A
Oh.
hole in the bottom of the sea.
Yes. No. Quite literally. The
uh,
hole in the bottom of the sea that leads to Tartarus.
Oh.
Yeah.
maps.
You're more.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any idea where as the best I have been told, a hole in the bottom of the sea that leads to Tartarus?
Hole in the bottom sea, famous Desanya song. Hole in the bottom of the sea. Starts like this.
I love love this.
No known geographical location, but in fact there occurs myth and legend of holes of the sea where Davy Jones's mother lives.
Oh, is this
Cool.
gonna be like Charybdis or something?
Here, I got a good idea. I pull out the compass and go, "Hey, Jasmine, catch." Where's it pointing?
Oh, yeah, that's brilliant.
The compass is currently pointing out to the east into open sea.
We're following that. I need that
We
back.
have our heading.
Here we go.
Yeah, we all hear
No,
it.
like you gotta hold on to it for
Yeah.
now.
For
It's
the magic
pointing right
within
there.
our
Eventually.
heart.
You steal that, and I will kill you.
As you are getting ready, immediately though, maps are starting to chart courses.
He doesn't know.
Kronk, you are being asked like, all right, let's get ready to help pull up anchor, all these things. After a moment,
Are we leaving Jack Sparrow? Or is he coming
Yes.
with us?
We are very much so leaving Jack.
Jack Sparrow, because Hook is somewhere, Sparrow and Gibbs left the ship to go find the pearl. It's somewhere in the world right now because Hook landed here somewhere, right? Is the assumption? So they're on their own little thing currently.
Okay. I was just curious. It's like, are we gonna deal with Shadow
But let me
anymore?
quickly.
Anywhere
Your
else?
rum is all gone now.
Why is the rum gone?
Jim, as you're getting ready to leave, two things happen. One, after a moment, Silver kind of pulls you back to the guy. A lot of you head out because it's that like, let's go get the course to maps, let's go get ready, batten down the hatches. Silver kind of holds you back just a moment, keeps you in the cab, just. Right, Jimland, this seems to be a profitable adventure.
Yes, it seems like it could pay out very, very well.
But do you trust the tiger?
No,
Good, I don't either.
he is literally a being born to lie.
Exactly. Now, here's my thought.
But it's like dealing with you.
I know, right? I'm born to lie. You're learning fast, my boy. So here's my thought. I've personally never been to hell, though many have wished me there. I say we do a couple things. One, we make sure you never walk first in the line,
That's what Kronk is here for.
right? Two,
That's why he hired you.
I think 'twould be becoming us to perhaps have a bit of a insurance policy for this adventure.
Meaning,
Well, meaning our lives aren't worth none to them highborn and demon-born. But there might be things worth it to them. Now, I'm not a man to ever wish anything harm to people, but if we are finding things they want, might be best if we get them too.
okay, you actually lost me as a player there.
Jim.
Glad I'm not the only one.
If a man wants $5, are you gonna give him $5, or are you gonna hold the $5 till you know he can have it?
Okay, I understand.
Right, boy. And the third thing, I don't get the feeling that our ship's gonna get through this hole in the sea.
I hope we just need it to get to there and then.
That me point. In which case, I could keep the ship docked nearby, ready to pull you out. You see, Silver pulls out of his pocket an intricate metal orb. It seems to like shimmer in a slight rainbow effect, in that kind of like as you move through the light. And as he hands it to you, you see out of his arm pops another. You see, right now, I might have borrowed this from an old friend. But I'm going to give this to you, Jim, because if you're ever really in trouble, you grab that orb, and you're just really thinking, have old Morphy give you that help, and I can get you out, but
Okay.
only you.
Morphe?
But not Morph? Or it'd be...
It'd only be you, Jim.
Oh, ouch.
Interesting. Okay.
So if you be getting that hole, and that tiger demon's down there to eat ya, Morphy can take care of himself.
This is is his way of saying he's probably gonna TPK us.
Total party kill.
Oh, he's done that before in Disney.
Yep, that's how we got it to.
That's how they went to hell the first
Underworld.
time.
Got it.
Yeah, it was.
So you be keeping that on you, Jim.
Okay.
Right. Now I'm gonna go get the ship ready. You see he lumbers out.
Before we leave harbor, I would like to see if I can buy like a bag of holding.
Definitely. Go ahead and give me we'll call it investigation check, and that like go around to
That's
see if
fine.
you can find stuff.
Right
Yeah,
there.
it's just
So-
the door
to
does
close,
not like to
you gotta
close
take
very well.
the.
You gotta like
So-
tilt the towel rack on it if
Yeah.
you want.
Oh, I
this
usually
over.
just take the towel rack
Door.
off and put it on the top
Yeah.
of the door frame.
But yeah,
'Cause you could-
it
The
works.
towel rack makes it hard to close.
Got it. Okay.
Sorry. Mr. Incredible.
Yes.
As you guys are getting ready to leave, you do see eventually, like on the deck of the ship, Mr. Incredible Jr. has come. You see he like kind of runs and bounds up. You see he calls up, climbs up. Sir,
Did
I
you say
must-
investigation check.
investigation.
That's a 21.
That's good. Sir. So with this top secret mission of yours,
Yes.
what is it?
That's
Top
the
secret.
beauty of it.
Right.
We hit the press.
All
We
right.
can make this a bigger thing than the show even ever was.
Good. Good. No,
The
that sounds
press,
great.
Tell them about the top secret mission. Everyone will be wondering what it is.
I've got this. No, sir. So that's good. Yeah, wonder. I might need to know, or rather, there's someone who wants to talk to you. Do you got a spare minute? I think they're just in a quick inn down here.
Yeah. I'll follow.
Slip by. He doesn't really say a lot. You see, he's moving very quickly. As you get,
is he nervous or?
he looks very nervous. Not in like a guilty way. It's just that very natural. Like, okay, let's just like, it's just a few minutes. They just want to talk to you about your mission.
Who is it?
You know,
I'll be right
the
back.
important. You'll literally see. We're right there. As he helps round the corner, you see this inn, and because what you immediately notice is the royal emblem of Sumani City, and a couple of like guards, not like yours, but just those natural
I wanted
guards.
so badly to be Edna.
You see, just
That's what I was expecting actually.
Um, just go on inside. They just really need to talk to you. I'm gonna go get some of the printing started on your world mission, top secret mission, incredible.
Where am I going? When will I be back? What will I bring back?
Yes,
Everyone
all the
needs to be
the
wondering.
questions people will ask. Yes.
Yes.
Good luck. Boom. He bounds off.
I'm like, I've been like, who the heck is this? And then I open the door, and all of a sudden, I just have like this confident demeanor, like.
As you swing open the door, the immediate thing you notice, the guards step aside. They're not confrontational at all. They let you in. You walk into this inn, very empty. You do see the normal tavern owner who just kind of looks at you, just up those stairs. This kind of like gnomish looking guy, a little short. Be there for you, just up the stairs. First on you. Well, first we have an inn and one room.
Got it.
You walk up, everyone acting very nervous. As you open the door, greeted with sunlight, fresh-smelling air, and you are greeted face to face with a public figure you've actually had a few interactions now over the course of years. You see Snow White.
Oh.
As you see Snow, head of the Council Princess again, and current helper of Sumani City in the sense of, running through. You see she turns, she's just been like writing notes that little birds are then flying through them and away.
Yeah.
She just, oh, Mr. Incredible, I'm so glad I was able to find you. How are you?
Incredible.
I'm just incredible. How are you doing?
You know, I'm doing fine. It's a lot of work. I got the note from your stage manager about a top secret mission. Is this something to do with the Imagineers? Do we need
very
help?
I think we should have it covered for now.
Mhm. No, I mean, in terms of, are you like
Oh.
leaving?
We're just taking off like for a quick vacation. We'll be back like pretty soon, actually.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Actually, it's not even all of us. Actually,
I'm gonna speak. Oh no, not all. Okay, that's helpful. But speaking candidly, sorry. Are you going to be away from Sumani much longer?
What's going on in Sumani City?
Well, that's the problem. Nothing. Sumani City is great. It's wonderful. You have the best soldiers. You're such a good hero. It's so helpful to the city. And we're finally really getting peace. I love it. I'm really worried. I had to come. I used some of the rune teleportation. If you're leaving, though, I just do not feel comfortable with that. And I don't want to, like, take you away. I know you as Imagineers and you guys do great stuff, but if someone there, but you specifically, so that's why I'm just asking where?
I'm actually going with Jasmine, the Sultana.
Okay, yeah.
I'm wondering if, because I do feel like I need to go with them. I can help them a lot in their journey. But I'm wondering if, since she's the Sultana, she might be able to give you just like a few more troops from down in Agrabah.
I mean, with the council, she and I have already discussed, the Agrabines do help really remain fortified there. And if they remain fortified there, we get that they just don't want to send people to us. It's fine. It's hard making sure everyone's happy. But no, if she's going with you, that's good to know. It's just, I have an idea.
Okay.
You see, here, let me finish writing this letter. You see, she finishes writing down quick thing.
Can I like look over her shoulder?
You can. You see, right now she's.
Question. Were you elected to any sort of position?
No.
No. Why are you being treated as the leader of Sumani City?
You see,
Garbage.
no real checking because she's not like hiding this. You see, she has just finished writing something. Just, this seems to be like a housekeeping. In using of the runes, please be ready. Can we try to set up a rune network system between Scotland and Sumani, in just helping with this helping get stuff ready? So listen, Mr. Incredible. I mean, and I don't mean to. I mean this knows it, but can I call you Bob? Just if that's just it's just us. I've magically sealed the room.
Yeah.
Bob, I am very, very worried. You know how bad it got in Sumani with the whole thing with the horsemen, and with even before it was just chaos. When everything with the uprising and the eruption of the horn, it's been a lot, and you have been such a godsend. Literally, I mean, the gods knew you needed to be here. I'm trying to be as nice as I can because I was curious. I'm worried about your safety because you guys do dangerous things. I have a proposal. You don't have to say yes, but here's my thought. There's a wizard I know, old friend back from Germany, who's recently discovered a type of spell work that could help in case of an emergency, where we would be able to put you back in Sumani.
Okay, what's
that from anywhere or just like right now?
Well, it's gonna sound morose. If you were to die, your soul would go to, well, you. It's like a version of you. It's just the thing, but it's not really alive. It's like a what's the word they want to use? He said, a clone. It's like a clone of you.
Okay. Question, like, not asking her.
Yeah.
Can I do a history check to see if she knows about my curse?
Go for it. Yeah, roll a history check.
How do you know it's always a bad thing?
Who the heck is this wizard?
18.
18. You don't think you've told Belle before. It's a very secretive thing. Like, it's because you don't want people to know a superhero has a weird curse about him.
I am going to do something. Do you have a healing spell, a healing potion?
I do. Yeah, I've got minor healing stuff. I've trained with that.
Okay. I'm going to show you something. It's going to be a little interesting, graphic.
Okay. Okay, I am married. I just
You heard it, right? Tell me you heard it as you said it.
Oh my
I did not
gosh.
even think about that.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry. No, I'm
that
so
was-
sorry. Please continue, Bob. I'm sorry.
This is just meant to reassure you I will be perfectly fine. And I just can I just snap my neck or something?
You snapped your own neck. No, today I'm just gonna allow.
It's gonna come out crazier. Oh gosh.
Cool. Go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
okay.
Did you forget about this part?
She plays his whole person.
And you wake up and the world's
You
on
said
flame. No,
Wisdom saving
it's a
throw?
wisdom saving throw.
16.
16. Okay.
I thought it was gonna end at 6.
After a few months in floating this etherealness, it's a weird feeling when this happens. It's happened maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
Like in this last year, maybe there was even a moment where you're fighting a battle and suddenly you're like, "Oh, I guess I died there." Like, you then come back.
Yeah,
You
just
see
float.
Snow is like putting hand on just okay. Wow.
Snow, I can't die.
Why?
That's an interesting question. That's
Why?
a long story.
And you can give a spark notes if you want
I'll
to.
just be like, Jack Sparrow.
oh yeah, that explains
Yeah,
it.
Okay,
we go way
Actually,
back.
though, it does.
He shared his coin with me.
Is this like a blessing god thing or is it a curse thing?
I guess they're one and the same.
Okay.
Because
It
I
really
mean, no matter
depends
what
on your
at this point, I'm
perspective.
coming back to Sumani.
All right. I'm just gonna say this idea I had, because if your head's not, but there are ways of your body being destroyed. This is just a backup body for you.
Backup body.
So-
I mean, I like that.
Yeah, it's something where that way, no matter what happens, I want to make sure that Sumani has its hero. That you have a way to be here and protect the people. I mean, if you're gone and the Sultana is gone, and whatever happens, you can be a hero here. I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, that makes sense. What would I need to do for that?
No, not a thing. Here, you see she pulls out a small little spell scroll that you puts near a candle, quickly erupts into flame, but doesn't leave ash. You see it just kind of disappears, and teleporting into the room then, circles glowing everything, and then rising up vertically, stepping out a man in a hooded green and gold robe. You see he pulls it off. Much older looking gentleman, kind of much graying hair, not too much of a beard. You see just, yes, hello, Snow. Snow just, yes, hi. This is great friend Hans, the wizard. Can he?
Hans
So
from the Southern
he's gonna
Isles.
help you in basically
He didn't seem
making
like
this
much of a
clone,
wizard.
to give you this backup just in
Okay.
case.
And this clone won't do anything
Heinz do for
unless
It could.
I.
Your soul would go to it, so it's only if your body's destroyed.
Okay.
The only Hans I know is
Um,
Hans
That makes
from
sense.
Frozen.
Cool.
I'm
and-
sure there's one.
You
I have no
will-
idea how this works, so I'll just put out my.
you see this one, not a, takes just a hair off your head, and you see he starts moving and casting. Go ahead. This is interesting magic, so go ahead and roll me an Arcana and a, I guess, insight into this thing as he starts
I
working.
want to know if he's a redhead.
Oh, Arcana is natural 1.
A natural one. Magically not sure, but still go ahead and roll the insight, because it's that twofold of what's happening.
Okay, insight's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah,
Dirty
Hans
20.
doesn't understand.
Dirty 20. You see, one of the big things Snow is actually has just a line of sweat right now, because it's that and you get the feel she's very freaked out as this seems to be a new magic that she doesn't know. As this wizard starts working, you watch your hair seem to grow and form, and as his hands move, the hair becomes malleable like a metal, in and out, stretching and pulling as features and form, as magic pulsates and swirls in this room. You don't even recognize when the sky went dark around, or maybe it's just the room, or maybe it's your eyes, and then suddenly, before you realize it, the figure is as tall as you, and you're seeing an eye, and then a finger, and then even clothing and hair. A perfect replica of you stands in the room.
And
You see, it looks straight ahead, unblinking. It is, though, as you can see, functional in motor, like it's not falling to the ground. And the wizard just,
I look good.
Oh my god.
figure just stares at snow, just, awesome. Oh my gosh, thank you, Hans. This will be great. Thank you so much. And you see he just gives a bow, steps out,
One question.
teleports.
Do I have an extra mask on me?
You do actually.
Okay.
Yeah, you would. That's one of those easy as a super, like,
Yeah.
just, you never know.
I'll just look at Snow, just be like, just in case.
You put it on.
Everyone knows who you are.
You see, she.
Nobody knows him as Bob Part.
I just imagine
No.
that he is always Mr. Incredible.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't even have an alternate.
Yeah.
Actually,
As you see,
you're probably in
Snow,
real life.
Snow turns to you. She's like, okay, this is amazing. Thank
It's
you.
incredible.
This is going to work out so well. I had one more question. And this one may be a bit of a request. I would like to trade something with you, if it's okay.
Okay. I have an idea of what you might want, but go forward.
She reaches into her pouch, and where first came the scroll, you see she pulls out a small, ornate diamond. She says, "This is an amazing diamond. It works with the spell work. It can help. Doesn't last forever. It's one of those. It can be used in a lot of stuff like revivifying people. Because I know you may not need it, but for others, in case if you're going off with people, I would like to trade this just until you return for your ring. Now, I only ask this because the ring is what helps your armies. It's not, they're wonderful. I like them. I love animals. And they're just, I would sleep better if you're gone, and let's say they just don't, if you're gone for a while and they're not great, it's just a security. We'll put it inside the vaults of the council chambers. We're not going to use it, if that's okay.
Snow?
Yes.
Tell me something that only you would know.
Only I would know.
That's what I thought too. I'm like, I don't trust this.
Mr. Incredible, I know that you came to the hospital for your friend Lucius Best, who is better known as Frozone. And I know that you helped in the clearing of the sewers of the plagues, and that you are of the Order of the Imagineer, and I know that you went on a personal quest with King Arthur to find his current sword Excalibur. I am so sorry. I should have confirmed with you. You never know. I am Snow White.
Okay.
You can
And-
roll me an insight check
yeah.
if you'd like. Yes.
18.
This is Snow. But
Okay.
those are things that's like, especially Lucius was the
I was
big one.
like-
It's like no one really knew that because that was like such a like intimate thing, and
I was like, I just let her clone me, and this isn't
right.
even Snow
Oh
White.
wait, yeah, no, this is like actual Snow. This
I
is
was
like
wondering about that before you got
you could
there.
even, and it's also like, and she's using the animal state, like that's very specific. Like, so yes, you're like this must be the Snow White.
It's true with the magic bruise and everything. That's very Snow.
I'm going to need to know exactly what is happening with the ring.
Yes. So
Taking charge of their
I'm going to just put the ring
Just while he's gone.
into the vault. We have a vault for the keeping of a lot of the treasury of Sumani. What we would keep it there, not being used, and in the worst case of any sort of insurrection of the North, or if they leave, just in the sense of a reminder of you have pledged to Mr. Incredible to help save Sumani City. And that's what we want. It's only for use ever of just helping the Knolls help Sumani, not to be used for anything else. And I swear that only then we will only use it in case of that insurrection, and only Mr. Incredible will ever use it, I swear, on the river Styx. You hear that faint rumble as she makes sure to swear to you on that deep oath.
Okay. I'll take it off, and before I hand it to her, I don't even know if this is true, but I'm going to tell her, it's going to try to make you put it on. And I'll hand it to her.
She immediately then just wraps it up in a cloth, puts it into her personal bag. Please take this diamond. It's a great, it's something that actually comes from Germany as well. Please use it, or use it for others. Mr. Grant, we will miss you. Thank you. Thank you for saving the world and keeping us alive.
Gosh.
Of course.
You
And
know,
I'll
I
do
was
it
there
again
too.
and again.
I know, that's the best part. You see, now, I must go.
It was a team effort.
The best of luck on your mission. I'm heading with this directly to the ruins to go back to Sumani to immediately put it away. As well as this, we'll put the clone in the vault as well, so that way again you can get. Thank you.
What's the name of the vault, by the way?
She didn't say the name.
Yeah.
It's the Disney Vault.
That's what she said.
Stop metagaming, Alicia. You've done your first metagame. You can't. You're fine. They're worse.
It doesn't come out for
They're all so much
Around
worse.
She's the one who made
Is
him
it
say
Hans from the
Jasmine.
south? I'm like, guys, let me say.
Well, because you
Um,
make me stop
So
thinking
they
about
put it in the
though.
Disney Vault to be re-released 25 years later, but luckily
As
the
like a
colors and
special
everything and
diamond
the audio will be
edition.
much
Diamonds.
better.
Diamond. The guards help. One of the guards
Remastered.
comes up just past you, helps
Oh,
escort
that's
your
amazing.
clone and Snow. And Snow just good luck. And she heads out.
Is Mr. Incredible Jr. still outside or no?
Yes, he is. He actually even for a second because he sees first the clone and then notices you just.
It's me.
Hello, sir.
All right, I'm going to be going for a while.
Mhm.
You probably won't hear from me for just a little while, but I'll be back soon. Same duties as usual, except pay the press with that still. But your duties or your allegiance still lies with Sumani City,
Yes, of course.
and then I'll take off.
Godspeed, sir. You see, he bounds off. Elmer's watching the stream, and I hate what she's saying.
What did she say?
We have a viewer who's saying no. Well, actually, one of the fun things I'll tell you in the chat, is there a Tarask under a Tiamat under the log in the sea? Yes, that's what you're doing. No.
Oh my god.
Yes, he. Mr. Incredible, though, as you go up, feeling though confident, because again, it was snow, and Mr. Incredible Jr. Is there for you. You are able to head back to the ship with, I would say, maybe that good conscience. It's and you could tell even from the Snow is a very nervous woman. From a lot of these interactions in these past years, it's been a lot of that how do we rebuild? How do we strengthen? How do we make sure we don't have this game because we're gonna get ruined, right? We almost got wiped out just by a plague. So it's just that
It's like,
a
oh,
lot.
you know.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we stopped.
As we get back to the ship, Jim, on a 21, you were actually able though to go off with the influx of new trade. There is in fact a magical item salesman you found. You see this guy. You see he's this very
Is it the short little guy?
no. This is a plump-looking dwarf. You can tell because again, very intricate geometric armor on him, right? As he's selling, you can tell he may have actually come from the Dwarven lands. As he's selling his wares, you are able to though notice, and with his sign, there seems to be a bag of holding he's selling. As you see, this dwarf is talking his wares. Right, may I help you, good sir?
Yes, I would like to purchase that bag of holding you have.
Bag of holding, fine work. I and my brethren stitched it and imbued the magic ourselves. a quality piece of work.
May
I
I
will sell it.
check it out?
Of course, sir. You see, he pulls out like fake demonstrative like props of like a really long halberd, or like pulls out a lot of silver, but just like metal plate things. Just like sure. As you can see, it has wonderful help self-storage. The magic we've imbued is to help differentiate items for the ease of the users. We, of course, take pride in our work and will sell this for no less than 5,000 gold.
Oh, that's actually
It is, in fact, a quality piece of work. We wish it to be incredible. Now, I must say, sir, you do not seem to be the kind of person who deserves this. I mean this in all the respect. You have a lot of elven-esque features about you. You're very scrawny and
Wait,
little.
Literally
You look a little
human.
sickly, if I do might say so myself.
That is great. Thank you.
Yes, you must put some meat on. The good
Yeah.
thing is to pump the iron.
Okay.
Yes.
I love this.
What about my buddy Kronk here?
Down here. Oh, yeah.
Right.
What do you
Now,
mean,
you, sir,
Master?
you're a fine man. Are you of dwarvish descent? No, you might be giant and look very strong indeed, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I just work out every now and then. How much can I buy that bag for?
Well, sir, I could be persuaded with the right gold for 4,700.
Is that good?
I only have about 4,000 on me.
4,000. Would you be willing, let's say, if your elfish friend could give you a small loan, and we could say 4,300?
Could we go 41?
4,250 in the bill.
Yes, exactly that subtle.
You know what? Yeah, we'll take it.
All right.
Yes.
Boy, you see, he called this like small little like very scrawny looking dwarven kid runs out with like gift basket wrapping. So,
That's
boy, you wrap it up
I-
for these nice elven and giant gentlemen.
I just write. So I pull out a piece of paper and I write, a very long note. Sign it with my name, the Imagineers. Okay, take this to the Royal Treasury here at Corona.
Give
and
me
they
a
will-
persuasion
Oh,
roll. I
don't you
like-
dare put the bill on Rapunzel.
You're footing the bill to Rapunzel. Go ahead. I would love a persuasion roll.
Oh, you're gonna get thrown.
Actually, I'll say, Kronk, can you make one as well? This is gonna be that joint thing because you're both like buying.
You're not even doing an
Persuasion.
acrobat.
So yeah, so take
You're just doing
the
acrobat.
20-sided, the D20, and just add your persuasion.
Oh, you son of a duck.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, I got 12.
I just got like a 26.
27. 26. And of course, our chat says that's a low blow, Jim.
Yes, it is.
Jim. On page 26, you. Jim,
You know how often you hand out gold?
I know. It's
Never.
true. You never
You
really
never
do.
hand out gold.
Because you don't, but you see, he takes the
at
paper from
this.
you, looks
looks
at Kronk, just.
wonders. We
Hold
got
on.
loaded. When
That's
we
the
visited
only time
King
we've ever gotten
Yeah,
gold
that's
though.
the
I
only
got
But
like
again,
one
Really?
gold.
In
I
most
know a lot
actual
of gold
financial
people
transactions,
wonders.
you're not going to carry around that much.
Meg has
Kronk,
more gold than Jasmine.
You
because
see
of the
that
Game of Wonders.
this dwarf hands you the bag. You just, now you take care of that. You're going to find it. It will give you great help in your adventures. Now, boy, you gift wrap that bag for the elf. You see, again, this kid, like, wrapping it while he's trying to give it, and then just a little bow. I seem better wrapping on my own Christmas presents. Oh, let me deal with my child in a moment, sirs. Thank you very much. You see, he takes a kid by the ear, takes him in. You hear someone's like,
Thank you.
I'm gonna beat you harder than the elves beat the sticks.
Oh my gosh! What?
It's just,
I do not like this man. So he just left, right?
he's got, well, like, they're not, like, away. He just, like, took them off more, like,
So
off to
they're-
the side.
They're distracted. Is there anything like right now on the table?
There are some, what you're noticing is there's a lot of swords, armor, and great axes.
Is there like a really nice rapier?
What I will say is no, because a lot of these look to be more, it's like that, they're technically human, but you can tell they were like intended for dwarf. Like, yeah,
is
the
there like a
accents
really
were-
nice warhammer?
There is a very big old warhammer.
Okay. I grab the bag. And because this man is beating this child, I'm going to steal from him. Because he has it coming.
As he berates his child, go ahead and roll me the stealth. You know you gotta make it.
Jeez.
Oh, was that included in the price? I must have missed that.
Yes, it's 17. But I have a bag of holding, so I figure I can just like slip it into the bag of holding.
At the current moment, he didn't notice anything. Do you guys stick around, or you
No.
gonna go?
Okay, Kronk, let's go.
Get.
Two things to do, one question for you when you have a break, basically.
I think because right now we're all about to convert on a ship, so it would be yours.
Cool. So first off, did he accept that freaking paper as payment?
He did from Kronk.
Your turn. Okay, no
I
worries.
saved everyone in this kingdom.
You did. I mean,
You?
He can claim
Okay.
ownership on that.
Anyway.
he can profit.
Okay,
you can
so two actual things. First off, while I still have detect magic going because I believe that it lasts for 10 minutes.
Yes, actually,
Okay,
yeah. So we
then
can.
remember that magic medallion that I got forever ago from the Christmas motion? I want to do it on that.
My Christmas medallion! Oh my gosh! I forgot about that.
I
Is
forgot
that
that you
last
know what
year
it did.
Christmas?
This
Yes.
is
Like not this past.
this
Yes.
is like a year ago.
Because then we stopped it and I didn't play Morph
The
for forever.
medallion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you also get like some kind of? Oh, we got dragon milk at one
But
point.
remember,
Yeah.
detect
Yeah,
magic
I
is
still
different.
have 2 vials of that.
Oh my
Remember,
gosh.
detect magic is different from identify.
It's different
I
from
know,
identify.
but I don't have identify.
I think Belle had identify.
Yeah.
This
had all
so
the
detect
spells
magic
that
because
were-
it's going to be making sure to it's like the area or school of magic and that kind of stuff.
Right. It does something which is better than the nothing I've had this whole time.
Here's what you find or like looking as you are like reading into this. This seems to be a medallion emblazoned, that very red color on it that has
Morph was racist.
evocation magic surrounding it.
Interesting.
And it's that definite feeling of it's something that could do something to evocate in a magic sense. Probably, maybe only once is because it's like that's a natural and that's
So
detect magic.
one-time use is what it seems.
It because it's like you're definitely getting that feeling of it's because magic can have that power level. This doesn't seem to be a continuous magical sense.
Okay, good to know. So
Yes.
it's a good thing that I haven't tried to use whatever the flip this is.
Mhm.
Okay. Secondly, I do want to try my best to take this Princess Sultana Jasmine aside and talk to her.
Okay. Yeah.
And this is all mind speech because physically you only speak Abyssal?
Yeah, I only physically speak Abyssal.
Okay, so this all happens silently in our heads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get used to it.
It's
Eventually.
fun. So I'm gonna straight up tell you. So I have met a genie before. Did not know at the time what genies were capable of. Now I do. My question is, genies seem to come from your area. Do you have access to a genie or something with those kind of powers?
I have never seen a genie.
Do you even know what a genie is?
Stories of genies, but yeah, never met one.
I mean, maybe thousands of years ago there was one floating around Agrabah. We've got stories about him, but
Nothing with magic on par with a genie?
what would
Like Agrabah's had an influx of growth. I mean, well, continuously for the past couple decades.
Didn't we meet a genie?
No, you did meet
Yeah.
a genie. That's what Morph's is that
I
like
was one of the people
having
who
met a
helped
genie,
design the ship.
but Jasmine being the Sultana and
Yeah, they
Queen of
use
Thieves,
Genie.
you would easily know because again, stuff like wishes are invaluable.
We did have a genie.
Like there's old history. All of you would know this in Dizania. Millions have died for stuff like wishes. Because that's the most ultimate, like a wish that can be what your heart makes, right? Like it's that it ultimate, like it changes life. Hundreds of wars, lies, and death, like, but no, like you would easily know even a rumor, because nothing like that can stay quiet. Of like how if there was stuff like that.
If I had access to that kind of magic, I wouldn't exactly be here now, would I?
That's fair. instead of any loot or payment or anything, may I have an introduction to all of the magicians that you know? Because I imagine that you have access to a lot of very powerful people as a very powerful person yourself.
There's some people on the council. There's the Oracle I know. Have you met any of them already?
Who's that?
Lisa Agnes will introduce you to
Wait,
the Oracle.
I did. Okay, I thought she was talking about.
Well,
Blue
yeah,
Fair.
so you would know.
Yeah, I
Bell.
thought she was
Bell?
talking about Blue Fair. Okay, yeah, so Bell.
Yes, the Blue Fairy was the previous Oracle.
So what I meant by that was any magicians who are based in Agrabah, because they may know different fields of magic than other areas.
I can't think of a single magician in
Do,
Agrabah.
yeah, does she know any magicians?
Most of it, like
All the magic in our country was stored up in this cave in the desert by a crazy cult, and it's basically gone now. There's not really magic in my
there was a
country.
big looting day when it all just exploded in the desert, and
Yeah, I was
like,
there.
Jasmine got a carpet out, but like that's not, I
Practicing
you wouldn't even have to
they're
make
all
a history
relatively
check because it's
fast.
like those are things that it would be easy enough to find, just because again that level.
Then
I'll
okay,
just
there
check
goes
on
my
you
plan
guys.
B in case we don't get the
So
thing.
correct.
Well, that sucks. Well, thank you. It's nice to meet you. By the way, I turned into a hand.
Thank you. And I had a
Shake her hand.
question for you. You
Yes.
seemed as though you were pretty knowledgeable about demons.
I mean, I summoned them.
Do you know anything about these laws or rules of engagement or how to find out what governs their behavior?
May I do a history check on that? Because I feel like Morph
Yes,
would have
you may.
done a lot, especially because of what happened with Flint.
You can make me a history check.
Okay. May I?
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Oh, please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Not really. It's a 16.
On a
It was
16.
a 6 and then a 10.
It's kind of like what Bryson was even saying is like, but you would know that general demons are chaotic, devils are lawful, and so really what's coming to mind is it's very awkward and strange for a demon to have some sort of law to it, like because
Okay.
demons love like I can do what I please. I mean, devils are kind of the same way, but devils go about it in rule and law.
So then, from my understanding, though, practical application, demons can be bound by contracts, obviously, because otherwise I couldn't summon.
In
a
theory,
demon.
anything can be
And
said
it
by contract.
couldn't-
Yeah.
But yeah, it has to obey my order. It can still try and break out of it and everything, which
Yeah.
happened. And so this is more Lonnie whatever thinking. It seems like they can be bound by contracts, and so there may have been a punishment meted out upon this particular demon where he is under compulsion to do whatever he's doing. So it's not so much a law, so much as maybe a magical, not so much a contract, but kind of like that, right?
Mhm.
So that seems like the correct assumption. I'm going to relay that to her. Just kind of explain
It could
that
be
a little
instead of like current, it could be more compulsive based off of a broken
bit past.
contract.
So it's the consequences based off of some past doing.
So whatever deal he might have made with my grandfather and then breaking it, he's got to fulfill something for that or whatever. Like
Yeah.
these are the possibilities of.
Yeah. So I'm
maybe in
I'm
that
gonna be
direction.
forthright with her. Just tell her everything I know about that.
So,
Thank
random question. Was your mom taken after you were born?
I was born already.
Okay. I was be like, then
Yeah.
because if not, I'd be like, then how did you
Yeah.
get
So I was already
here?
born, but I
There's
was
some
baby.
questions now.
Of
Okay.
course, some pregnant lady is asking that question.
That's an important question.
It is an important.
I was like
So-
processing. Oh, her mother was the one taken. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, wait a second.
So I have a question as well. Finishing this conversation with Morph, if we stepped off to the side, where is Raja now?
He's been chilling on deck,
Okay.
kind of watching things get ready, and
And
you're
you
about
wanna
a
talk to
couple
him.
hours from sailing off. Like Silver, everything's kind of packed up. Everyone's
Can I
ready to
pretty
go.
much
ask
ready.
Raja a random
Oh,
question.
well,
Mhm.
okay.
I mean, you guys can converge on Raja if you want to.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
just
I
gonna
wanted to talk to you
I'm
about
gonna
it.
turn into a tiny Raja.
Literally, mine is about him being a cat. It's nothing to do with
That's
it.
amazing. Yes.
Okay, this Raja. So I'm about to ask Raja. So I know you're like a demon and everything,
Mm.
but do you have like any cat like qualities? Like, Do you like playing around like cats typically do?
You want a
or
ball of
you
yarn?
Can I turn into a
You
laser
wanna
pointer?
yourself?
I want to turn into a laser pointer.
I enjoy milk, but who doesn't? I mean,
But like, do you like
Ew.
chase after things? Like, you know, like
I
you
turn
know,
into a laser pointer. Like
the
Ron
laser
Silver's
pointer.
eye.
you turn it and
Yes.
nothing. Just, I'm sorry. I just like, I don't know. It's nice to nap.
Can't argue with that.
But do you guys
He
not,
behaves
you know,
like a cat.
eat dairy products and nap? I feel like
I mean,
that's.
true, but like,
She doesn't.
She
She doesn't
feel
eat
like
dairy
I
products.
feel
So
like
we know
we
for
could-
sure she is not a cat.
confirmed.
But,
I mean,
but then I could do
I just
something
wanted
like
Which
to
of you-
ask because, like, you know, if you played and stuff, we would have so much. You'd be so much fun to play with. But like, if you're not, like,
You
no
are
offense,
so
I just
mean.
wanted to know before I offended you.
Part of my no, you're right.
Sorry.
Part of this charade was, of course, not to be found, as it would have been awkward growing up being a sentient demon tiger.
Right. So, but like,
I get you.
He
since
got
we
away
know,
with doing a lot less the last 2 years because he just pretended to be old.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I pretend real too. I mean, I am old, but that's beside the point.
Roger goes below next.
This is the 6,000-plus-year-old
We want-
fairy.
We want to talk to him later.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
that to be the like getting
Are we
Thumbelina.
selling?
You see Long John just ready to sail whenever you are, Captain
Sorry if I
Hawkins.
just got rid of Raja.
Jasmine.
Hang on, can I finish my thing really fast?
Not
I
all.
Yeah.
just-
No.
Because that was
What?
for me. I was hoping to be like that's the thing that, like, if he's gone, then maybe that's the thing that gets Thumbelina out of the conversation, and I can go follow him to. No, I just.
You
want
can
to
chase after. Are you trying to chase after him? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just walked and find a place to sit. What are you doing?
Basically, I just want to come around, be a little blunt, and point out that all the rest of those guys asked something specific of me. I know what they want. I know what they're getting out of this, and I feel comfortable with that because I know what I'm dealing with. I still don't really understand what you get out of this.
What do you want me to get out of this? Do you want me to be happy? Do you want me to be sad? Do you want me to get wishes? Do you want me to be a demon?
I want to know what to expect from you.
Then let us both then expect to be disappointed. And you see he turns and walks away again.
I'm just imagining the tiger from Jungle Book.
Woman.
I'm gonna go talk to him. He's the.
You
most
float up to
interesting tiger.
I'm going to eat the next thing that tries to just interrupt me. What do you want
You
to
should you should be him as you talk to him.
Oh, I've been him this entire time. Remember? So I'm going to say, you know that hypothetical situation I had for you.
Yes.
What if it weren't hypothetical?
But it can't.
What if it can? What if it did?
Explain.
I'm going to turn into
And-
the image of Flint as
And you explain.
what he was before, and then him as a skeleton. They'd be like,
You give
died,
him the like
and
little
then, like,
movie
I'm
version
talking
and
as him, and I'm like, and then he became this. And because of me, he's alive.
Well, you. Interesting. Aliens are not my species of forte, but of course they're not a species, more of a title. They refer to many different things.
That's fair.
And 'twould be fair, something cursed to the lowest depths of Tartarus and being bound to a demonic form to come to the mortal plane, just like myself. And if it were to have found its soul, it's the same principle. You having a soul in a body and reforms. But this thing you have made a monstrosity and unleashed upon the world as a demon. Good job. As a demon, what have you done?
I did it on accident. So my question is.
The best sins are.
Yikes.
Oh! I mean, I'm a pirate. There's not much more. Okay. So my next
We're the best kind of pirate.
question is, can he still be killed again?
Maybe. Can something really die? I mean, you mortals, you
We're not going
die.
into metaphysics.
Your souls.
We're not going into.
No, this is
Oh.
just like facts. You die. Your
I
souls
always
go to
hated
hell,
philosophy.
and your souls are like used as currencies, or even they become things. You reincarnate. You choose new life. The fairies, they become the stars in the sky. They shed the light. The gods. I don't know. That's a bit too much for me. But you know, like, Yeah, it could die. It could come back. You could kill it.
Does it probably have a personal vendetta against me?
Oh, for something that thrusted back into a world of unnatural life against all nature, I would. Me personally, I would hunt you down and rip your soul asunder. Which I could quite easily. It's right there. I could bat it away.
It's in.
Don't worry about
I
it.
can see it. No, again, the magic. I see them.
That makes me very
You have a lot of weird
uncomfortable.
things inside of you.
I do.
Yeah, no, it's like.
You might want to put that in the bag of holding.
And with it, Raj just,
Okay.
I'm going to nap. And he is definitely just done.
I tip my hat and I go.
So, Jim, though, you were saying to Jasmine.
Well, I mean, she needs to hold my compass so that we can go.
Yeah, I'm back up.
It is clear. It's almost east by southeast.
It's basically when we need it, she has it, and then I take it back.
You guys then.
Hand it to her, and I was like, "You'll never see that again."
And it is gone. No, yeah, it's no.
Oh darn! I got lost in Tartarus.
Oh dang it!
Oh darn! My sword got lost inside you.
Oh darn! I was hiding and you couldn't find me to stab me.
As
Oh, I was hiding there first.
sails unfurling, wind picking up, pulling out of harbor as Corona becomes a dot in the sky behind, you are all on the high seas of Dazania. Immediately going through maps, having given you safe, hey, if we avoid shipping routes in the best way, we don't have to worry about other pirates or other ships. We can have a best direct route. This should take us around. Conferring with Jasmine on that kind of like every 45 minutes, so basically just of checking heading, finding directions. As you head through, minutes become hours, become almost the rest of the day as night quickly approaches. As you then find yourselves deep out in the ocean, Jasmine, almost without realization, you are holding the compass, and it suddenly turns back around, and then turns around again, and then and it's now spinning.
You're right. Or are we above it?
I mean, you tell me. You said it's a hole in the bottom of the ocean.
A hole in the bottom of the sea.
There's a hole in the bottom of the sea.
It's great smell.
You see, Raja comes out of below decks. You just, ooh, close. Can feel it.
Cool. And how do we get to where we're going?
Simple. We look for a rabbit.
Yes.
No, I hate
Please
Wonderland.
explain.
Well, beings that
Yeah,
find
the hole, we
into the
should've
first
seen that.
level of Tartarus, you
Should've seen
you
it.
follow
Can
the
I
rabbit.
roll
Figures,
an
Wonderland is hell.
investigation for a rabbit.
Anyone can roll the investigation for a rabbit if they so choose.
dang it.
Is it investigation or perception?
Investigation.
Okay.
That's
See,
it.
I rolled an 11, so that's just 20.
Just a 20. I'll be interested.
That
on
is an 11.
I got a 9.
You got a negative one in investigation.
That's it happens to the best of us. Don't it?
Well, to be fair, all of her other stats are pretty good.
Kronk, you're like a rabbit looking. I'm like,
Where?
where would this
Looking
rabbit
at the
be?
moon.
Yeah.
19.
As he's doing his own
18.
action
18.
movie music.
7.
7. 19. And what did you get, Thumbelina? 11.
Right.
Jim, you see, having rolled the 20, actually beating just barely. It's a 20 DC. This is not supposed to be an easy thing. You are looking around, because all of you are like, I'm sorry, a what? In the middle of the who?
At this point, Jim just doesn't ask questions anymore.
Jim, you though,
That's fair.
I'll say this, Silver walks over and just, right, this is time to pull on our leg.
Well, I mean, you only have one to pull.
There's that. But I mean,
Look,
what?
it's a talking tiger.
Well, I mean, well then let's find ourselves a rabbit, I guess. Jim, you are looking around, thinking though of your life experiences, you cannot help though then, of as you're all, this isn't like a second or two, a lot of you are like looking for a couple minutes, right? It's getting awkward, like, right, are we doing, and you think of your life experience, and
like Silver used to do, realize perhaps things may not be what they can be. And as you are looking, actually, you see Kronk looking up into the sky and realize, thinking back to old stories of your father telling you about the constellations, and no matter where you are in the galaxy, they can create new lives and shapes. And realize for a moment, what if there's a rabbit constellation? And as you're thinking, you can almost see then on the horizon line what looks to be a rabbit pointing down. You see how the ear is stretched out, it is jumping and seems to be going downward.
That way.
As you see, so what?
So we're just going that way.
Anyone else got any better ideas? Then let's go that way.
Wait,
Well, I mean, like, once he points
Oh
down,
yeah,
the
yeah.
rest of us see
A
it.
lot of you can start seeing it's that. Okay.
Do we follow
just
it,
like-
or is there something?
Or is it
where-
saying go down here?
Yeah, what is it saying, Mr. Raja, sir? Are we supposed to go towards the rabbit?
You found it.
Can I make, like, an insight check on this rabbit? Or, like, what do we do?
I just don't want to
Stars
start going in the
telling
wrong
us.
direction. There's
Any of
nothing-
you
Look.
can make an insight check if you want, or if you had some.
I want an investigation check. I'm trying to figure it out logically.
26.
Oh, 26 too.
Insight.
26
Nice.
investigation.
Yeah,
We
they
got
were.
this.
Try it. I mean, it looks just like stars, doesn't it?
Fairies.
Fairies.
I've given a lot of the information you need.
We're going to Neverland?
Mm.
Do you have fairy dust?
Do I have fairy dust?
Wait, we just need to, like, shake Thumbelina over us and fly into the
Yeah,
constellation?
just like I'm gonna poke her.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check while you do so.
You poker. Dust just shows out.
Do I have fairy dust?
No!
9. You poke her, and
I
it
know.
seems to shimmer. It's that natural shimmering that comes out of fairies when they fly.
I turn into a fan and like blow it out over the water. I don't know if that's what we're supposed to do.
Well done. Anyone who, as you all
I
watch,
also live on the bottom of the sea. Why are we going into the sky?
as you like, I'll say this, it's funny. All of you in some way or another like start shaking Thumbelina, you turn into that, oh, go, go, go. And as,
I could just give you fairy
That's
dust.
so much more fun.
this is even better than what I expected.
I grab her, use
What
her
did
as a
you
maraca.
expect?
I mean, hey.
Thumbelina,
Just put her in a little salt thing and just.
Everyone else is like,
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm just gonna kind of like slide under and get some of the residual fairy dust that's
Oh,
like scattering everywhere.
yes.
as fairy
That's
dust
really direct.
sprinkles into
I
the
can't believe
ocean.
this works.
I
This
feel
is awesome.
so abused right now.
As
Yeah, how do you think everything you've
Anything
ever
in
bought
advantage.
Where does the dust come from?
chat says, shake what your fairy godmother gave you. As the dust sprinkles,
Yes.
blinks off the stars, and like a mirage, right, of the water that seems to be there but not, and yet now suddenly an island seems to almost be there. And unlike normal islands with flora and fauna, this seems to be a gigantic craterous hole.
Okay, so I'm gonna like shake from them, like get out, and I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
fly towards this thing and see if I can step on it.
You fly over. As you step on it, you alight and realize that what was invisible, though, to the eye is now seemingly underfoot, and you are there.
This is
All of you
It's
then are
safe
seeing
to
this.
walk on.
That was the
Okay,
best.
everyone hop in the dinghy.
You see, you see, so just,
Can't we just
Silver,
fly
you're in
over
charge.
there?
Right,
We're
Milad,
very
yeah.
dusted.
the ship's not going down that hole anytime soon. It's not that big, but you're a good lad. Remember,
The
it's all.
ship better be here when I get back.
And it'll be loaded with treasure for ya. As you, can't argue that. As you all load into a dinghy and
Hang on,
take.
we just got fairy dusted. I'm not getting in a dinghy. Jasmine's gonna fly over there.
I don't know if it works that way. in
Isn't
this
that how
world.
fairy dust works?
Jasmine, you kick off, you get 5 feet, and because a tiny little fairy dust on you, you float and then go splashing into the water. And
Thumbelina!
No,
And-
when I made Jack fly using fairy dust, I still had to cast fly.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's a spell. It's a thing you have to keep
Just
next to you.
must-
Yeah, it lasts like, oh shoot, you float for a couple seconds. No, the rest of you get into the boats and start going. As you
There's
guys
no way I'm helping you. I'm sorry. You shook me all
I
around.
didn't shake you. The rest of them did.
find your way to this island again, floating, flying, or boating, or swimming. As you all
Watch out for
arrive,
that shark. Sorry.
I think I can survive a shark.
looking around, Raj, you just well done. Now we can get in. Everyone ready? We all good? Anyone need to pee their pants before we go?
I might.
I don't have pants.
Fair enough.
Hold the lever, Kronk.
There's a
As you see, Raja looks at you all and jumps.
Wrong lever.
There were them.
I will follow.
You jump.
Here we go.
I'm gonna float down.
Yes.
No falling here.
I'll go right after her, just like full on like.
Just spread eagle.
I have
She's
a
going down
ladder.
with me.
Shall we follow the hill?
Like the classic falling star.
She was going down with
Yes,
me.
falling
To do
star.
it.
We're gonna try to land on top of Mr. Incredible.
Yes!
Wait for him.
That's
awesome.
Watch out.
Do
If
it.
Thumbelina has a dagger, it might just go.
Please crush him.
As you go.
Just hold it up as he
He's
comes
so
down.
violent.
Because he's on top of me.
Falling through this ethereal darkness, you feel your body shift and change. You see
We're about to go into
colors
Wonderland.
and insane
That place
images,
is the first
floating
layer.
clocks, beds, bottles, as you are all falling, descending, ripping and pulling intricately until as you look below, without realizing it, you seem to all be sitting on strange, grassy, that blue and green. The sky seems weird. Up above, there is no hole anywhere. As Roger turns to you all, well, welcome to the first layer of hell, Wonderland. The most deadly, evil place known in the cosmos. As a giant butterfly flops by.
You said evil? What's that? I kill a butterfly?
Thumbelina, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. Yes!
I did was coming on the butterfly.
It's the butterfly
That
effect.
spot's gonna his tail.
Oh gosh. You say Dex?
Yeah. I gotta get out stuff right.
Are we about to start a fight?
How much damage is she about to take?
All of
Dex.
it.
Oh, it's 6
He just
plus
rolls the entire
8.
bag.
This is Wonderland.
Roger said bust out prismatic spray.
6 plus 8 is 14. I like it. Oh
Eight.
no!
What? On an 8?
No, I got 6 plus 8. It's 14.
14. Yep, so. Okay.
Well,
Uh,
he grabbed 8 dice. I heard him count.
Thumbelina, you take 25 points of damage, specifically acid, as this butterfly just turns to you and just, what? And sprays poison on you. You try to evade as it just physically starts burning on you in different places. And the butterfly just,
I didn't mean any offense. I'm sorry.
and floats away.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
How much was that? 21.
25 points. Excuse me, Thumbelina, you have a ring on you currently that was only 12.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was acid damage.
Yep.
Yeah, you take that.
The acid helps with acid and poison.
Hey, I'm still at 85 points of damage. That's so much better than Brigitte.
It is
So.
better. As you see, Raj turns. Brief overlay. We've got to get through each layer. More harder than the last. Oh, and by the way, this place can make you crazy. But not as crazy as its leader. She has a thing for heads. She's the new devilish general, whatever.
Sounds like my old boss.
You see.
Watch us, it's actually
Please tell me the Red Queen is
That's too meta. That's too meta. I'll squash that one right now. You see, you just yes,
Having flashbacks.
old general
PTSD.
the wars, the Queen of Blood, Zariel. She loves heads.
I mean, I'm
Me
nothing
knowing
but a head.
D&D lore.
You do not look like a head.
I'm a globulous head.
You could still
You're a
cut.
lobulous
You
blob.
could literally be whatever you want. You could not be a head.
Could be a foot.
I turn into a foot. A globulous pink foot.
Blob's Bigfoot.
With little eyes sticking out of your ankle.
Here's what's
With
fun.
little ankle knob bones like me.
Welcome
like
to
you fit into
Wonderland,
Wonderland.
everyone, ladies and gentlemen. I actually need everyone now to make me 2 rolls. The first roll is going to be a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, Rick.
The
I don't think I'm good at that.
second thing I will need then from everyone is a survival check.
Here, wait. Before
I got a
we
6
roll,
on wisdom.
That's a 10.
Something I should do.
well, you.
Ah!
Okay.
A 20
well,
on
guys,
survival.
guys.
Nice.
Whoa.
This is, I know, yeah, there was something you have, yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, so I'm a paladin. So anyone within 10 feet of me,
Gets to add +5 to their save.
Dang,
Yeah.
so you got an 11 instead of a 6.
11 instead of a 6.
So I got
I got
20 instead of a 10.
Plus 6.
Is that not one?
we don't talk about that.
Plus 5.
Yeah.
So
Oh no.
Yeah.
11, 26, and for survival, so I'm gonna plus 1.
11.
Oh, that's a 15. Okay.
Well,
Right?
what was it? A wisdom saving
Yep.
throw?
Wisdom saving
Yeah,
throw.
So it was in that one, but you get 7 total.
Yeah. Well, I'm within 10 feet of me.
You are within 10 feet of you. That's actually how that works. You are within 12.
So
I
that's
love that.
plus 11
Um,
then.
Yeah.
So 12.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
I'm so
That
sorry.
is
That
13.
sucks. Your first
Sorry.
roll is a 1. Oh no, wait, you made a
Yeah,
perception
My
check.
first
You
roll,
got a 26 earlier, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Here's
got a
what
nat
I
1 for
need.
survival if it makes you feel any
Oh,
better.
Oh, do we have to roll survival as well?
Yeah.
This is what.
Survival
Well,
as
first I need. We're gonna go around on the wisdom saving throw.
So that was an 11,
Uh,
not a
we're
6.
Yeah, that's a
putting
lot
it,
better.
But
So,
if it's like a 15,
going around-
21.
21,
Dirty 20.
dirty 20,
On the wisdom,
yes.
11.
11,
26.
26,
That's with the plus
12.
10.
That's
12.
with the plus
And then 18.
5.
Yeah, it's
18.
plus 5.
It's if we're
What?
within 10 feet, we
Yeah,
get plus
so
5.
None of
Oh,
you,
I thought-
none of
never
you
mind, it
rolled
was not a dirty
below
20.
a 10. You are all fine.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So Cam got a
Um,
15.
I got a
Yep.
15, not a dirty
15?
20, because I had rolled a 10 and then just
You're
rolled
still
a
fine.
shave.
Now I do need a survival check from everyone.
I got a dirty 20 on that.
Okay.
Not 1.
Hey, that was a
24.
lot better. Survival.
24.
24.
Nice.
15.
15,
24.
24,
13. 14.
14. And I just realized,
You need to do it for the Rakshasa.
for Raja, okay, the first,
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't think you should consider him a friendly creature.
I like
as you are all
Raja.
seeing here, immediately what you are noticing, having half the group passed, as you look around, immediately where you thought you landed is gone. But with most of you, what you're realizing is the basics enough of a path or of a grove still seems to be in front of you, and you are not lost in Wonderland. You see Raja just very calmly just, yes, this area does seem to be rather overrun with madness and shifting and changing, but stay together, don't do anything dumb, you'll find a way.
So is there anything I should not eat?
Yes.
Anything.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
guys.
don't eat anything.
Guys. So I
I
just
mean,
bought
last
this bag.
time I drank something, I became insanely beautiful. So
Was that
I
in
mean-
Tartarus?
The last time,
That was
Thumbelina ate
the
random
wonders.
things.
Anyway, so I got this bag and I have it full of supplies and stuff. So
So eat stuff in the bag. Nothing outside.
also, was that hammer anything special? Because he was selling like a magical bag. Was that like a nice hammer?
So the hammer, Dwarven hammer, it does 1d12, but you also get to add +1 to your 2-hit and attack.
I give that to Kronk.
Cool, Kronk. You got a magical
Hey,
hammer?
thanks.
Or a slightly magical dwarven hammer.
So
I would just
should
write-
we use the compass to
Dwarf
get where we need to
magic
go
hammer or
next?
whatever.
Who's
Well,
got the compass currently?
Yeah,
I
I
do.
saw
Jim, you're looking at the compass,
Plus 5.
Jim, your compass is pointing somewhere.
Plus 1d8, plus 5.
And I've got to ask, what is your current desire? Because would you have a current desire right now?
Actually, yeah. It would be to find Morph's body.
Morph's body?
Aww.
Cool. As you're having this current desire, right now, the compass seems to just twitch every back which way and forth. As what Sparrow kind of filled you in, not near something's not right. And you get that vibe of, okay, but if it's a layer of help, maybe it's just not here. Because of that planar shift.
So you can't, it's not on this layer.
Mm.
So.
I'm going to make a roll for you real quick for something.
I know, right?
Jim.
We're gonna be looking for this tiny little
And,
red.
well, you said it was a plus 1.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, so yes. So the damage it
actually
will do
deals
is
plus
like
6.
1d12 plus 1.
So.
Plus whatever your normal
and it's
strength, of
plus
course.
6
And,
to hit.
yes.
Okay, so
Great.
plus 6.
Mhm.
So just that.
That, and it does
Yes.
plus 6 here.
Yes. So that's what your hammer will help do for
Thank
you.
you.
You're welcome.
Jim, as you're sitting here thinking, of course it's that natural. Oh my, right? Okay, I guess whatever I need's not here, because whatever you want. I guess it's because if I wanted Hook wouldn't be there. No matter how you think of it, because you've told me this, you think about finding Hook, and the needle points off.
What the fetch?
Whatever you desire the most. That's why when Jack had it, he would get wrong
Do
all the
I
time.
see him with the compass?
Mhm.
Can I try that?
Fine.
And I just want to see what it does if I'm
What's your desire right now?
My desire is to find where my mom,
Yeah.
obviously.
Or,
Cue the
yours.
next layer kind of thing.
It points not exactly the same direction, but what would be about 10 degrees to the left.
So, guys, according to the compass, Hook is here. And if he's here, he's up to nothing good.
But if one's up to nothing good, then one can't be down for anything bad.
Oh,
I'm sorry, who are you?
As a floating cat head looks at you.
I don't like cats like this.
You love
I
cats.
just like Raja.
Ah,
You love cats.
a wonderful
You're a
group of
husband.
people have come to Neverland. Wonderland lovingly accepts you, as you will make delicious treats for me.
What?
As you look, teeth
It's a
shift and
Or
bleed into
Chester
sharp
cat, whatever he
points.
is.
As this cat's eyes start glowing and pulsating. Wonderful treats for the cat indeed. Everyone roll initiative. That's where we're going to end tonight's session. Woo. Thank you all so very much. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Okay.
We get to kill